What up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Matt Farah here, and today's episode is, as always, brought to you by Off the Record. Look, we want you to be safe out there on the road, but the fact is, you can be being safe and still get tickets. Those are not the same thing. And if you do, don't plead guilty. Get Off the Record. Off the Record is a service that connects you with a qualified attorney in the jurisdiction where you got that ticket. They will fight it all the way if need be to keep those points off of your record. A valuable service to the community that they are providing. All you have to do is go to offtherecord.com/TST, input some information about the ticket, where and when you got pulled over, etc., and they go to work for you, getting those points off of your record. You guys send me emails and DMs all the time about how Off the Record is saving you out there on the road. Not to mention, I have personally witnessed it for myself over and over because I do a lot of miles. It's proportional, people. So go to offtherecord.com/TST for 10% off all legal services booked through Off the Record. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the Mr. Pibb Radio Hour.
Increased caffeine.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Increased cocaine. Hi, everybody. Johnny's here, and he's bribed us to talk about his auction thing by bringing us very expensive bourbon.
And this will be very cheap bourbon to him soon enough.
Let's hope.
You know, I remembered why I sent us down the restaurant thing before we hit record. I've been taking my trainer to good restaurants. Not like taking him I've gotten him into like good flavored restaurants, and I've been taking him to good
When
restaurants.
Matt's wife is out of town.
Yes.
Matt takes his trainer to fancy restaurants.
He calls it the down low. No.
You know what the down low is?
No, yes, that's the joke. But we've always been going to new restaurants.
Yes.
And he'd never been to Musso and Frank's, and I was like,
bro.
Well, what about like old restaurants? So we're now going to alternate a new restaurant and then a restaurant that's like 80 years old.
You got to do it because what sucks about LA is that good restaurants close.
Yeah.
And because Connie and Ted's going out of business.
Yeah, great
if you haven't been
legendary
there-
restaurants close. That happens everywhere, but
Yeah, but Connie and Ted's is amazing. Every review is glowing. They can't make money.
Yeah.
It's killing me. But I'm really excited. We're going to do the Dunsmore. I'm working on that reservation, but the amount of traffic I sat in to fucking get here today, I can't wait for you guys to drive basically to my house.
Now you understand.
It's okay. I will go to that side occasionally.
I know, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, you were in a DBX. At least it was comfortable.
I was very comfortable.
Yeah, I had that car over Christmas, and it's a delight.
Yeah, it's like sitting inside of a Nike, but
It is. It's aggressive, but it's good.
As you so kindly said, people sitting in traffic to get to us, not our problem.
Ask them that.
I'm going to publish that text right now.
You fucking should. You fucking should.
What have you got? What have you got here?
Okay, so I was like,
Will it?
We're doing a later show today.
Yeah.
So we can quote unquote drink, as you said. And so I said, all right, I happen to have these. Back in the day, Willett used to put their bourbons in these cardboard tubes. They stopped doing that. So this is probably 2000. They stopped doing this in 15 or so. I could look it up. Anyone listening can look it up. So they've been open a while, but I happen to have 3 tubes of 13-year-old bourbon. So that means it was distilled, 13 years, so early 2000. So it's probably really good juice. Probably I could look it up. It's probably from Stitzel Weller.
Okay.
Julian Van Winkle might have distilled it, something like that. So it's really good bourbon.
Cool. But they're basically they're very near each other. Bottle number 1279, bottle 1327, bottle 14.
Barrel number.
Barrel number.
Yeah.
Barrel number. Sorry, not bottle number. But
and that could mean something. It could mean nothing. So in other words, one could be from across the street at Heaven Hill. One could be from somewhere else in Bardstown. One could be from somewhere else in Kentucky. They just, each barrel gets numbered.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
do you remember the pre-fire Heaven Hill? that I had.
Yeah.
I gave it to my dad for his birthday this year.
Oh, nice.
And I brought it to South Carolina, and I gave it to him. I told him the story, and we drank it, and it was very delicious.
Nice.
It was extremely delicious. With that tiny little bottle from those like experiments that dude sent us.
Yeah.
And the pre-Fire Heaven Hill was very good.
Yeah, that's also the price on that is like.
Well, it's zero now.
Yeah,
we drank it.
Well, these are. I can look up the price of these. Once they're open, the value goes to zero.
Have these not been opened?
No, they're open.
Okay,
I've had them open. But
well, let's have a fucking
go.
go.
Whichever.
Well,
Yeah.
this one is the highest percentage. Should we go high to low?
Oh
No, I don't like to. I like to start low to high.
Yeah, low to high.
Low in this case is 119 proof. so it's not
59
not
point
even
something.
low,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's got
yeah.
a great like caramely color. Look at the color of that.
hell yeah.
That's fucking nice. Let's go.
What's the barrel number? I'll look it up.
barrel number? 1279.
1279.
Aged for
All right.
13 years.
Wait, with the percentages, does that say 59?
59%, but I said 119 proof.
Right. So it's still, this is strong.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So
Oh,
this
yes.
was released in
Could be a
2016.
tiny one.
It was at the gift shop at Willett, so it came from Kentucky. It was 159 bottles released, and the estimated value is unknown.
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 No one has ever sold one.
That's kind of what it means. It just got
Yeah.
opened and drank. So
I like that. That's like that was like Pagani for a while. They wouldn't let anybody sell the cars publicly. Like,
Right.
Value
Right.
like
LFA.
unknown. All right, let's go. That from here. Oh baby, that
that's-
smells a fuego.
that's my my
All
friend.
right, let's
Jake
do
Way
let's
used
do
to
some
say,
radio.
This is bourbon
John.
flavored
If
bourbon.
we finish this, we start yelling at each other. Here we go. Boy, there's like okay. There's things happening. We haven't. Let's push
Yeah.
these aside. We don't need a wall of booze. There's the
like a
Ferrari
C8
interior,
interior over here.
right? The Luce interior.
I have a lot to say about that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Should we wait till you get a little drunky?
No, I'm ranting about it already in writing form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're not into it. You're
Killer
into it?
Honda interior. What the fuck's it got to do with a Ferrari?
I think maybe you have to touch it. Maybe you have to touch it. Is that what I'm thinking? There are some things. This steering wheel, I am kind of into.
I love the steering wheel on a Honda. I don't know.
I think it'll look cool in metal.
So, like Mark Newson, like I've never seen him because he worked with Johnny Ive to do this. I'm a fucking Mark Newson freak.
Yeah.
I love Mark Newson.
Mark Newson's great.
Philip is a big Mark Newson fan too, and has a couple of his like weird Ford concept cars and stuff.
Well, those are amazing, but again, those weren't Ferraris.
No,
Those were-
that's where I was
Yeah.
backing up to get back to the fact that this dude has never done an exotic car.
Yeah.
But in the quotes that I saw from them, it was pretty much like the screens and like the carbon and are like kind of like played out. So we need to like
agreed.
go back to tactile. But obviously it's an electric car, so they do still have to sort of be screens. So apparently the tack needle is real, but those are three screen gauge pods that are, and then the back is a screen too. The pods are rested in another screen, so it's like depth of screen.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
Mercedes
hate
trait.
it, dude. I have to tell you, I
well,
don't like
I think-
Ferrari's current system. Like,
We should
really
say that
at
this
all.
is a rendering. So in real life, because right now it looks like to me there's three gauges. It looks like there's three real gauges stuck to an iPad. And I don't love that look. And I think in real life, how dark, how black can that get? But the steering wheel design is a lot of, what is the Icopod? It's a lot of that. And I think that wheel with that Manatino and stuff would look rad on a modern Ferrari, like on a gas-powered one.
But there's a simplicity to it, which again, like simple can be good, but it just screams Apple industrial design. And again, for a mass market consumer product like a Honda, you could have great design like this. But I just think for a Ferrari, it's missing an X factor, especially that shortwave radio looking center screen. If you go to the one,
Yeah,
I'm talking
the
about.
center screen I think is less
That's the worst
successful
part.
to me than the gauge cluster and steering wheel, which I like a
even
lot.
like the shifter and everything. It's just it's cool. Yeah, like if I said, hey, the new Honda Beat,
For sure.
This
And
is not good.
That screen
with the handle and then even like the vents and stuff. Like it's
I agree.
Again,
This is bad.
It's not bad. It's just not Ferrari. And also, like, know your customers. Like, I hang out with a lot of Ferrari owners, and they all have, like, a big, fat Rolex. You know what I mean? Like, they like a little flash.
Sure. Well,
unflash.
Do you know anybody who's bought a Puro Sangue, though?
Do I know?
I think the bigger question is, like, who is buying the electric Ferrari crossover?
Hasn't even crossed my mind.
You know,
that part, I'm just looking at this
that's like I'm not even
People
sure.
who want to buy the cool next gas-powered Ferrari, that's who has to buy it.
But yeah, like it's the allocation key to me. But like
could be, yeah, sure.
I think the successful bit is the bit around the steering wheel, and I think the rest of it does not really work for me.
Love the steering wheel again, but not like love the steering wheel, but it's also like you're going to simplify it, but then you're going to keep all the complicated. I don't know. It's
they should have put. Don't you think they should have put holes in the spokes of the steering wheel?
Yes.
They should have put rally holes in the spokes, though.
That would have been a good step.
There's still time, Mark.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the vents are. It's just. I get it. I understand what Johnny Ive does. I get it. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, this wow, what a great design for a mass product. But like, this is an iWatch, or whatever it's called, Apple Watch type thing. And like most Ferrari dudes, I know one guy who has his a Roma and he has a Apple Watch, but all the ones I know don't. They have real big blingy things, and they like a little drama, a little
So,
flash.
like, how... Okay, one, I admit that my judgment of this might be clouded by my Mark Newson fandom, and so I'm like, cool, a fucking Mark Newson interior. I'm not going like, is that exotic enough for Ferrari? Because to me, that's like... That's awesome. Like I've been waiting for something like that, and so it doesn't bother me whether or not this is Ferrari, like, because I really love this design aesthetic.
Gotcha.
Like I like it on the Icopods. I've liked it in other cars and other consumer products.
And again, the Mark Newsom Fords are like
They're fucking
should have been built.
sick.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing. But again, it was a mass market consumer good.
Yeah.
Was the idea. I'm just looking at this and like. You know, again, it's a shortwave radio transmitter. It's like the plainest four vents you could do. I like that it's metal. Sure, who doesn't like metal? But I don't know. I'm just again, if this is the new design direction for Buick or Audi, like, oh yeah, that's nice.
I liked. Okay, the other thing that this image does not show that I thought is successful is the ceiling pod. The ceiling controller, which has the launch
button.
Aircraft launch button.
Sure. Super cool.
I liked that.
Yeah. I need to see it. That one in context. I like the orange, but then just as successful as that was, like the shifter thingy was like, come on, guys.
Look,
this is just an F12 interior that I wanted to look at for comparison. And
F12 is not bad.
Pre-age of screen. No, it's not bad.
That's a
It's
pretty good
busy.
one.
Look up the Amalfi interior, though. Amalfi is the newest Ferrari, or the 849 interior. I think the same interior, but like they're pretty nice. You know, like
Amalfi interior. I think it's not bad, but it's now that you look at this compared to the other one, this feels very busy.
Yeah, but remember, this is the one where it's like everyone's like, we need the buttons back, so they put the buttons back.
No, that's like, and like respect for that, respect for that.
It also depends on the color choices for this, like this bright
sure.
orange red on gray hops out and makes it look busy.
If you click back, there was one with like an orange leather interior.
But so here's the question, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know, okay, Ferrari guys have big Rolexes. They want mechanical things. Okay, fine. People aren't really looking for or asking for an electric Ferrari. Okay, fine. Given that they've decided to make one anyway, what level of analog can you make an interior in an electric Ferrari before it starts to seem incredibly silly? Folks, got to take a quick break because support is coming in hot from Factor. The days are cold, the goals are big, and there is no time to cook, right? Factor makes healthy eating easy with fully prepped meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, so you can eat well without the planning or the cooking. I have been talking about this for a while, and It's so easy. I start my day really early, right? And I have a really big morning that sometimes goes into the lunch hour. I work what you'd call East Coast hours, but from the West Coast. But what happens? I forget to eat. I forget to plan for lunch. And so by the time I get hungry, I'm left, finding unhealthy options or just whatever's closest, or being too hungry and eating too much and being full for the second half of the day. Whereas when I've had Factor supporting us and I got the Factor in the fridge, I eat much more balanced. There's functional ingredients, lean proteins, veggies, whole foods. There's no refined sugars. There's no refined seed oils or sweeteners. And there's meals that help me eat the way I'm supposed to be eating for my fitness goals, right? They have a lot of options. There's 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh with high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, and ready to eat salads. And then there's the Muscle Pro collection supporting strength and recovery. The food's always fresh. It's ready in the microwave in about 2 minutes. There's no prep, no stress. And the second you're like, oh, it's coming up on lunchtime, boom. Healthy food is there for you. And then that really does help you meet those goals. Does for me anyway. Head over to factormeals.com/tire50off. Man, they are getting complicated with these codes. Are you ready? Factormeals.com/tire50off. It's the number 50, and then use code 50off, again with the number 50, to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan. One free breakfast item per box for a year while subscription is active. One more time, factormeals.com/tire50off and code tire50off. Thank you to Factor for supporting us this week. Back to the show. What level of analog can you make an interior in an electric Ferrari before it starts to seem incredibly silly? So I think they have a very tough job of dancing, of going, we got to get away from touchscreens. Touchscreens suck, haptics suck. But also, this is a purely digital product, and we have really no choice. There is no speedometer cable output out of this car. What are you going to do?
The industry's in a weird spot, because I go back...
Can you get the real photos, Zach? These renderings, I think, are
there were real photos.
People went to a press launch
for the photos.
For the interior? To stand in a in a mock-up. See, here's the thing. That photo, Zach, which is, we're now, instead of looking straight on, we're looking at it from a side three-quarter. I think it gets better, actually.
I was just
going to say, depth, I think it does get better.
Before it loads, you
don't think that's better from the side profile?
Again, it's good. It's just not screaming Ferrari. It's like who put the Ferrari sticker on the simulator?
Dude, I'll tell you what, if I could get that as a sim, that would be sick.
Great sim. You'll be able to in moments.
Great. You'll be able to get it on next week.
So look, this is one screen away from having a simulator. I want to go. Okay, so these are real photos.
Yeah, these are real photos.
Keep going down. You're close.
I gotta say, I bet you that steering wheel is gonna feel great in your hand. I bet it's gonna feel.
A lot of steering wheels feel great in your hand. I was just gonna say, they're in a weird spot though. They're getting a watch designer in to do this. Bugatti got Jacob & Co. to do their instruments. It's the high end is in a weird spot. And again, here's what's funny too. The Ferrari EV is an EV. The new Bugatti's an EV. People are like, it's got a V16. It does have a V16 shoved into the back of a 3-motor electric car that makes,
it's both. I mean, it has everything.
It is, exactly.
But that is look, if you're gonna go Jacob. That is the success.
But they named it after a watch that rich people buy.
I know.
What's the one complication that doesn't do anything?
You know what? That's so funny. Yeah, the most useless complication possible.
It's only good for wall clocks. It does nothing for a wristwatch.
But it's really it's fucking so smart of them, though.
Yeah, it's know your customer
and go. We're gonna make a hybrid, and it's gonna have fucking a gear-driven, and it's just you're gonna run into shit because you're gonna be looking at the gears moving in the gauges.
But again,
that's fucking hard, dude.
How do you sell an EV to a billionaire?
Like
you
that.
Put a V16 in the back of it. Because again, I've seen the body in whites of the Navara and the Tourbillon. It's the same car. It's just they took out one motor, and it's
this is how do you sell an EV to a millionaire? Is you put a Ferrari sticker on it.
Yeah. I mean, and there is something like a little bit like I like the way those gauges look, but they look like
they're actually
scientific
recessed.
Instruments. You know what I mean? Like they're not classic car gauges. Like that looks like
I disagree. I think having a G-force counter is very stupid in general.
Well, I
this
meant the design. I didn't mean the actual output.
I think this looks a lot like 348. That reminds me of
does
those gauges.
a little 90s.
It's a little bit 90s and
but
throwback.
just clean and legible, which again is good.
I agree. This is definitely not my favorite style of gauge. I totally agree.
I mean, but again, I was driving a 2 Series M2 CS, and I still don't know how that tack is supposed to indicate. I don't know what. It's like what? It's backwards.
It is. Yeah.
This is weird. So the center console can twist.
It's basically Winamp. That's a Winamp tack.
But see this? It's like Geiger counter.
So again, we're now looking at the center screen, which from this angle, which is we're looking kind of down it from above, almost where the rear view mirror would be. You've got a bunch of these kind of nice looking toggles and real buttons and stuff. I'm not sure about the grab handle.
Well, the handle so you can turn it towards the driver. Or the
that's it. Really?
I guess so. Yeah. And I think that looks weird.
Again, it just doesn't look Ferrari. It's like this would be nice on there's a new electric Jeep.
Yes.
That is a 4xe feature.
Yeah.
No. 4xe is then when you pull a handle and it becomes a table to eat lunch on.
You do lines off the table.
Here you go. Here's your toggles.
2 seats. Yeah.
See, I think these toggles for the climate control look great.
I mean,
I like that.
Yeah, they're fine. They look like organ stops. It's
Dude,
cool.
have you tried to put the heated seats on in a Puro Sangway? My kingdom for a toggle like that. To put the heated
in my
seats
life, I've put heated seats on twice.
Oh, you're a tough boy. You've never used heated seats.
I just sweat.
Boy.
I put on AC seats every time I drive anywhere.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Noted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But one time I was 40 below. I put a heated seat on it. That was okay. But yeah. Anyhow, I don't know. I'd like to see the rest of the car. I'd like to, anything.
No, of course you want to see the rest of the car and you want to drive it and, whatever.
Yeah.
But how a company that is known for engines, how do you differentiate that?
I just don't know if this is
engines.
it. I just don't know if this is it. I just feel it's a nice design. And also, I like those two guys. Is this their greatest work ever? It's kind of... this is what if I said, hey, you're going to see a new Johnny Ive car interior, here it is.
Look,
not surprising.
Their greatest work ever is the Icopod Hemipod, circa 1998.
Icopod's incredible. I'm not.
That is the best work ever.
Is your point that this is too close a step from those things, and you go, okay, they didn't really stretch?
Remember the Apple car? That was going to happen. If this was the Apple car interior, it's like, oh yeah, that looks
I wouldn't be
surprised
surprised if there's elements of the actual Apple car.
The statute of limitations run out. The non-compete clause is 5 years
for sure.
For sure. Yeah. So that's all. Not bad. I'm just like
maybe it will seem more exotic.
Maybe
when there's a car around it.
Open to it.
That helps.
Yeah. Open to it. I was like, eh? And there's. I don't know. There's something. I don't know.
The most recent Ferrari I drove, which was the 12C, you drove it too.
Yeah.
It's a rad car. Obviously, it's a fucking sick car. But it's not. It's not the most intuitive to do really anything. And I
rev it.
I for one, and very much enjoy driving it, but welcome a change when it comes to how you control basic functions and that stuff.
I have no problem with that. I'm just saying there was a luxury car vibe to the 12C that I was I was like, ooh, this is a nice, for instance, the one I had a leather swath under the seat. The most useless piece of leather in cars.
That's pretty funny.
Instead of just having a carpet below the seat rails, there was leather. It was a $5,000 option. And I'm like, this I like.
So here's something I don't like. And this is not just Ferrari. My Porsche has this and other things. I don't like a haptic or a touch screen button that activates something mechanical. I want a real switch for something mechanical. Like, so to stiffen my shocks, I want to hit a real button. Or to activate nose lift, I want to hit a button, not poke a touch screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I was like a little bit offended by touchscreen nose lift in the 12C.
Yeah, I will say that was not in a good spot.
That's not great. That's not great.
No, it is nice. It was always there. They did a good job of, like, I thought it would go away because, like, headlights on a Maserati go away. They go away. And one time I was driving, and I didn't know they were in the touchscreen, and I'm driving, and everyone on the freeway is like honking at me. And I'm like, where's headlights? They're to the left. They've been to the left on every single car I've ever fucking driven. And I'm like, I don't know how to turn the headlights on. And then I pulled over, and they were in the touchscreen.
In the center touchscreen.
The center screen.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it's like that. I mean, it saves. First of all, why are you saving money in a Maserati? Second of all, how much does that save? Not much.
No, that's nuts. Though.
Like light switches must be amortized by now. Like across the Fiat group.
Yeah. That's
like,
crazy.
I was like, what? And I'm like looking on the stock. I'm looking everywhere.
Yeah. So stuff like that needs to be a real button.
Yeah.
So I like that the toggleification.
Yeah.
Bring on the fucking metal toggles everywhere.
I like toggles.
The INEOS. Give me that shit.
That's my next car purchase.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the INEOS.
We talked about this briefly. But did we really talk about the ADAS that can't be turned off?
Well, but we've learned that some of the years you can turn it off.
But no, he's talking about the new one.
The new one you can turn off. Well, the old one was so insane. I don't know if you remember the old one, but the beeping, also the volume of the beeping was like comical.
Well, the new one is very bad in the ADAS department.
Which
I had the red station wagon.
No, but which ADAS function?
Like the lane keep assist was crazy, and and it turns back on every time you restart the car. You have to go into the...
Yes, you do. But what they got rid of, it's such an improvement, it had the European speed warning.
No, it still has that.
No, but you turn it off once, it's gone forever. You don't have to...
No.
Oh, yours...
all of it comes back on every time.
No,
Full
not
ADAS
the speed.
Every time.
There's a way to do it because I went on the little mini launch and I took a car home for a couple of days. The speed warning is a one-off. You can turn it off.
All right, it wasn't for me. Okay. So look, all I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying.
No, the owner of the company was there saying we fixed that.
Okay.
And it's like we listen to our customers. Like the steering is improved, the air conditioning is improved, and you can turn off the speed warning in America.
Okay. So, folks, one more break for DeleteMe. You know what it is because I've been talking about them for like a year now. They are money, and what they do is incredibly important. Think about what's happening in the world right now, and online privacy is more important. Your data is like it. Like, your data is worth everything. It's training ChatGPT and things like that, right? And what you want is your data off those places because surveillance data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable, right? So DeleteMe knows this. So they do all the hard work of wiping you and your family's personal information from data broker websites, right? So what you do is you sign up, you tell them about yourself, your family, your job, your close relations, and they find all that stuff on the internet on data broker websites who buy it from places you go shopping and sell it to anybody and everybody, and they get rid of it. They file takedown notices. They do legal stuff that you sometimes have to do a digital signature, but it's not just a one-time service. They're sending you regular, personalized privacy reports showing what they found, where they found it, what was removed, and any small actions you might have to take, such as a couple clicks here and there, or a signature, an e-sign, in order to get these takedowns done, right? The New York Times Wirecutter named DeleteMe their top pick for data removal services. And look, guys, I mean, I think everybody knows someone who's had their identity stolen or been harassed or gotten shady phone calls, text messages. If you haven't, you probably don't live in 2026, right? So taking control of your data is extremely important. Keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe now at a special discount for our listeners. So get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joinDeleteMe.com DeleteMe.com/tire and use promo code TIRE at checkout. That's the only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/tire and enter code TIRE at checkout. One more time, joindeleteme.com/tire, code TIRE. Be that as it may.
Yeah.
The one I had, every time you restarted it, it was full ADAS reactivation.
The lane keeping
drove me off the wall.
Okay, the lane keeping, I'm not going to excuse. I will say it's the Bosch system that Mercedes uses, where it brakes a rear wheel.
It's
But it doesn't.
it's
It
so
doesn't
aggressive.
control the steering wheel. So they have. They don't have any. They don't have any kind of.
so it just fucking yoinks a rear inside
Yeah, but
wheel
Mercedes has been
and
doing
leaves
that
you to
since-
steer it out with that recirculating
Yes.
ball fucking Mack truck steering
Yeah, it's a
rack.
surprise
That's
handbrake.
fucking crazy.
But no, but I
That's like
it.
that Porsche Experience Center kick plate.
Yeah, which is fun. But once you get used to it, it's like, okay, that's how it works. I don't think it was. It doesn't.
I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
before you buy one of these motherfuckers, you better double check.
I told my wife, I'm like, go drive it around the block because that's our next car. And then she came back. She's like, fucking almost died. I hate this thing. It's horrible. The steering's awful. I'm like,
God,
you're
you
going to
are
learn to love it.
You are married to a smart woman. I learn every time we go to dinner. I'm like, this is what people say about me. People say shit about me. They're like, oh my God, your wife is fucking on it. I'm like, yeah.
We did marry. All three of us married.
All
smart
three of us
women.
married
That's
very
kinda-
smart people.
What's wrong with them?
I feel
Regularly.
so dumb at my house.
Yeah.
My wife was on Jeopardy. I mean, trust me, it's
Really?
like, yeah.
How'd she do?
She lost by $100, and
Get outta here.
She's kicking herself because she basically blew it on like an easy question, like
What is a quince?
It was like the answer was Tiffany's, and she said Chanel or something like that.
No.
It was just a dumb like.
It was one where
What's
all
an
the
idiot?
women were like, oh, yeah.
Even I was like, oh, but then
bummer.
she got the final Jeopardy question right, and the other two got it wrong. But she lost by $100 because she blew it on this one question.
no.
But Trebek was still alive, so she got. It was like 6 weeks before he died, so she got to
fuck him.
she got to meet Trebek, which
Right.
was good.
That's live, no mustache, Trebek. The end was
I think it was no mustache.
Yeah.
I watched so much Jeopardy, I
That's
can't
awesome.
remember.
I gotta find that on YouTube.
Yeah, he freaks out about her green hair, and she says she used
She
to be
with green hair?
She had green hair at the time,
That
and then
rocks.
you know how they always have a thing where it's like Trebek was like, "So you one time in line at Disneyland, you touched another person." It's like, "Oh yeah." So my wife was, "You used to be a sword swallower," and he was like freaking out. So that was pretty good.
That rules.
Yeah. Oh, she did.
Zach, when you met Sarah, did she by any chance have strange colored hair?
No.
Okay, 2 for 3.
Oh, when I met Amy, she did not have.
she did
strange
not have
color
green hair. Oh.
But
Hannah
she
had purple hair up until about
I
6
remember
months
that.
after we
Yeah.
got married.
Right. Yeah.
And then she
Amy-
all of a sudden hated all the wedding photos when she got rid of her purple hair. Just immediately was like, "Ugh, I'll never
dye it
look
back
like
to purple. Amy has purple
I
hair right
liked
now.
purple.
so, yeah.
I like the purple. It was
Why
good.
not? It's good.
What's next, buddy? Let's go.
Okay,
Pick a bottle. What are we doing here?
We got. Let's go. I like the alcohol order. All right, this one's 60.5%, so 121 proof.
Let's just make sure we're clear.
13
Clear as a
year
bell
will.
here.
Yeah, here. You pour it up. This is bottle 127 out of 141.
127. So
And
did you see?
I'll look it up here real quick. Go ahead.
Did you see the other day the Lamborghini? Something is finally happening.
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
So it got towed somewhere?
Franco's European sports cars.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Van
awesome.
Nuys.
Yeah,
Damien.
Damien's the greatest.
Damien's doing it. Ooh, is that? That's
fine.
about a
It's
dram.
fine.
A dram 0.5.
Give me a
So
0.5
Damien's
gram.
doing it. There's a twin. There's a nearly identical red tan QV
What color
right
wheels?
there next to it. Gold, just like mine.
Oh.
No wing, but otherwise the same. Here you go. Thank you. And so we got the car is it's a chassis, it's an engine, it's a gearbox, and then it's I think 11 bins and five wheels.
How long?
Well, he says we'll check in monthly. I'm hoping to drive it by my birthday, 2026, in December. I think that's possible because here's what's going to happen: something's missing. We
Yeah.
just don't know what.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna figure that
Yeah,
out.
throw in a cable.
at a time that you know.
Engine.
But dude, you should see the end. Click over all the way, Zach,
Oh.
to the engine. The engine looks so good.
Now, you forget, I drove this car before you did. I'm familiar with that engine, and that looks amazing.
Oh, Zach, the screen has turned off.
Uh-oh.
The engine, I mean, it was fine, ran when parked, but now we have new. I mean, this thing was torn down to the block, and we have new everything. So I should have a 100,000 kilometer engine.
Wow.
And a completely new gearbox and a rebuilt differential.
Completely new? Like a new...
rebuilt.
Oh, rebuilt.
Completely rebuilt.
Yeah,
completely rebuilt. New clutch, new flywheel.
And this was done in Italy.
This was done at Top Motors in Italy, which is a family-owned spot for many, many years. It's where Lamborghini. They're in Santa Gata. It's where Lamborghini sends the old engines to.
Perfect.
So if you send a car, a Miura or a Countach to Lamborghini, these guys are doing the engine.
Because I've been to Damien's shop and I've seen, I don't know if he's still even alive, but they have this old timer that sits there and he has those shims where it's like 7mm shim and it's like a keychain of and he's just shimming away on these.
That's the Countach valve guy. Cool.
Yes, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's hysterical because when the engine comes out, it's like the size of the car. Yeah. The transmission comes out with it, and just this old dude is sitting there on the ground shimming away, and I'm like, this is such a crazy thing.
So I've told Damien, I was like, look, there's something's going to be missing. We're going to find out what that is, but also there's a lot of good. I mean, we have all new suspension components. They're just not assembled. They're there. Those are all there.
That's good.
We have a completely new engine, gearbox, differential, and we have a lot of. We have almost all the things.
And you went in the back room there. There's a lot of donor cars. Those may never move again.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff back there. So, I mean, we should be pretty good.
Nice.
It's very exciting to actually have something. We had Steve, the best flatbed driver on the planet for JP Logistics. He's the guy who collected it from Donnie's. So we had him back to help out. This guy's a fucking boss. I love this guy. And... dude, it was a wild thing, and we freed up. This one car was taking up 3 spots at South Bay.
It was up on 3 lifts. Yeah.
So now we have 3. So Phil at South Bay is so excited. We have to get new tires. The tires are now fucking aged out.
And what's the process of getting new Countach tires? I know.
You can get them. No.
Aren't they a fortune?
No, Pirelli makes them, and it's like $2,000 for a set.
But you don't. Oh, it's not like every 7 years.
No, they don't do it anymore. They just make them now. They people buying 80s and 90s cars want to actually drive them now.
Right.
And so Pirelli got pressured into making tires. You actually have 2 choices.
Oh, really?
My car has the P0s, which are they're new compound, but they look like the old tires.
Right.
There's also the P7 or P7000 or something that's a full-on modern tire, just in Countach size.
Oh, that's cool.
It doesn't quite look right, but apparently it drives good.
Better.
So maybe I'll try those.
I mean,
Metcalf got them.
Okay,
he got the newer tire. He likes them.
I mean, you don't buy a Countach for the handling. There are many other reasons to buy a Countach. But
no, and these tires, because they're new rubber, on a nice day, these tires are fine. The P0s, they're fucking great.
P0s,
yeah, they're fine.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if you remember, years ago I was involved with this fractional ownership company, Drift Capital, and we bought a Carrera GT and an F40.
Yeah.
And we're selling them now that the prices are through the roof. And we're selling them at Moda, but I'm flying out on Sunday to go. I was going to drive both.
You got points on that?
I don't know what I have. There's a contract so complicated that my attorney wife read it and said, "I don't know what you signed, so maybe I don't know." But it doesn't matter. It's all in good fun. But I was going to go out and do a video on the Carrera GT and the F40, and the F40's on the original tires.
Oh my god!
And so we're I'm called John Tamarian and everyone in Miami, you got a set of F40 wheels with tires on it. I don't have the tires, I got the wheels. So we're not going to drive the F40, but I'm going to drive around the Carrera GT, which is fine.
Fucking tires.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go drive the Carrera GT? Just putter around?
Nowhere good. Yeah, it's Florida. Yeah.
Well, you can go to the Concourse Club. Aaron will take care of you.
No, they don't want to. They don't want cars about to be auctioned off on track. Let's just put it like that.
No, I mean it's
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I did a photo shoot of the Concours Club. It's great. Yeah,
it's if you're not mobbing, it's safer than the street.
I agree with all that. I have very little
fine, whatever. I don't.
They're be here on Monday.
I don't give a shit. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Sell the fucking car.
They're gonna sell. I was just saying. What's funny is how old the tires are.
Yeah. What about the Carrera GT?
New tires.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because obvious reasons.
But yeah. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Boy, okay, well, do you want
How's
to...
this whiskey?
This is also
This
delicious.
is really good.
This is also delicious.
This is vanilla. This is like cake batter. Cake frosting.
This is dessert whiskey. This is
Yeah.
fucking fire. So,
Oh, yeah.
we're not going to paint the car, which is good.
Yeah.
We're going to leave it scruffy. That way I can just beat the balls off it for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's a good idea,
Perfect.
right?
That's a great idea.
It should be good.
It's
And I
awesome.
have Damien is under, he knows there's certain things I want to be there for. So I want to be there.
The marriage.
I want to be there when the car gets dropped on its wheels for the
Okay.
first time.
What about when the engine goes in?
that
the
too?
marriage.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So that'll be fun. And then when they
awesome.
when they eventually start it. So
That's
hopefully
awesome. Yeah.
that'll be an adventure. We'll see what happens.
Can't wait. I'd love to see that thing back on the road.
I know. I'm going to drive it so much because it's what a waste to have it in.
How long? This is 4 years?
Oh, this is so depressing. I last drove it October 2022. And I collected it from Donnie's in this condition April 2024.
Okay. So it's been 4 years.
It's been a long time.
My 914 should be ready by then. So
Get outta here.
We'll do a video.
Drag race.
Collaborative video.
Yeah.
Drag race.
We'll go to Willow Springs. We'll have a little racy race.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It'll be a race to get them finished, and then a race.
Yeah.
It'll be first to complete a lap.
Right. Yeah, well, I'll have 80 horsepower, but it'll weigh nothing.
Yeah, and if it's done 3 months before mine.
Oh, I see. Just first to complete a lap. Right. Okay. Yeah. There's been progress on my 914. I'm very
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
showed us the interior last
That's
time.
the
It looks
progress.
sick. Oh, that is the progress?
Yeah, but
Okay.
hey, that's a lot. That's a lot. So
This would be a good opportunity for me to make the interior real crazy in the Lambo, but we're not gonna do that. No, we're gonna leave it original, Matt original. Okay, you want to talk about your fucking
my little
AI
nonsense?
thing?
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
nonsense.
All right, yeah. So
thanks for fucking asking if you could quote me in your newsletter. As an endorsement, by the way.
Oh, you
You're
got the
like-
newsletter. Good.
I got.
They were like,
Do you have points on that?
they were like, write something, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to write.
You were like Matt Farah didn't hate it.
Yeah, well, I quoted you saying like, bro, I fucking hate AI. That was a good quote. Yeah.
I hate AI for moral reasons.
Yeah.
I fully acknowledge that there are some instances that AI can be useful.
Yeah.
But I hate AI for, the theft.
Yeah. So
You should too, by the way.
I do.
As someone who's been gratuitously thefted from for purposes of training AI.
I'm trust me. I talk. I'm now actually writing for Angela's Death Highway. I got in touch with them.
What? You're writing scripts for that guy?
Not really. But I give him ideas. Because I'm like, you could be funnier. It's a good idea. It's not that funny.
I told him that I liked his writing. I thought I assume it's a guy.
I don't know. I have no idea who it is.
I shouldn't assume, but the odds are high.
Odds are high. I have no idea.
But I tried to say that I would sponsor a human animated episode,
Oh, that's interesting.
and I said get a price. I said get a
Right.
price. I don't know if it's 500, 5,000, or 50,000. If it's 50,000, we're not doing it. But I like
cartoons are great.
I like paying artists to make art. I find joy in that.
Totally.
So I said, get a price. He never came back to me, and then made some more AI stuff. So
Yeah,
I feel like I knew the answer.
He got me to go on a diet, so I don't know if you saw that post. But there was, actually, go to my
AIU was
Instagram
too
for a
fat?
second. Well, go to my Instagram for a second. This is pretty good. Go down. Okay, on the left there. So,
On the right is AIU?
No. So they're both AI me, but that was what AI thought I looked like 2 years ago, and that was what AI thought I looked like recently.
I mean, that doesn't look anything like you. Like,
First off,
the face doesn't look anything like you.
The one on the left is Nino. Actually,
It's a lot more like our friend Nino.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But when I had long hair, I don't know if you remember a couple years ago.
This doesn't look like you. It's
You
not-
know who the one on the okay? Do you
But
watch
real
the
quick,
Lincoln Lawyer?
real quick,
Have you watched the Lincoln Lawyer? The one on the
Yeah,
right
yeah.
is Cisco
I
from the
know.
Lincoln Lawyer.
But on the one on the left, I know it's me because the character, the guy hops in the car and goes, "I'm Lieberman," and blah blah blah.
Oh no! I'm not saying that the AI didn't make this as you. I'm saying it doesn't actually
But
look
forget
like
about
you.
the face. Look at the body. So again, I was much lighter and in shape
Look,
2
man,
years ago.
you were, but you never looked that good.
I love you too, Matt.
Let's just fucking call a spade, dude. You never looked that
I
good.
mean, this guy looks like a retired Delta Force operator.
That guy, yeah.
You know, he looks like he'd be in a
that
Jack
guy's
Ryan film.
directing a Black Rifle Coffee Company
Fair
commercial.
enough. Hey man, blame AI. It's just
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
but
He
so,
guilted
yeah.
you. Oh no. Guilt is a powerful drug. It is. I hung out with a guy the other day whose fucking his phone lock screen was like, "This fat ain't gonna lose itself," and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's fucking tough." And he's like, "Yeah, it's."
I was just like, if this is what a computer's seeing, and I was like, I'm not that.
No, here's why.
But then I got on the scale. I'm like, oh, I am that fat.
No, listen. Here's what's happening. I'm going to tell you, as someone who I don't know if you've been there, but I I spent most of my career being called fat on the internet about 1,000 times a day.
Every day.
So
every day of my life.
So what's happening is the AI is reading the comments of people calling you fat and going, well, the masses have agreed that, by the way, that's my goddamn fucking nightmare that the masses just agree that I'm fat because enough people have been shitty on the internet about it.
Right. Yeah.
That's what that is. It's fine.
They data scraped.
But again,
Reddit says.
real
They
quick though,
scraped YouTube comments.
Yeah.
But literally, he was like, whatever. The AI looked at me 2 years ago and said that's what I looked like, and then recently, you know,
I didn't watch this. Did one Angela's Death Highway video do this to you?
Yeah, those are both Angela's Death Highway.
No, I know, but one were they like, oh, by the way, Johnny was thinner 2 years ago?
No.
Because that's a low blow.
I was trying to find the picture on the right. I didn't even know about the picture on the left. And I was just
you
watching.
didn't realize you were the after?
Well, no,
I never saw the one on the left.
So
I never saw
the question is, did the guy writing the prompts, did he make, which video is first? And then did he go, no, bigger.
The one on the left,
the one on the left is the gentleman driver's one.
The one on the left was first, the black shirt.
Okay.
It was a Nürburgring. They were making fun of people that go to the Nürburgring, and then it's like, this guy jumps out of the car and goes, I'm Lieberman, I drive the Nürburgring, or something like that. And I was like, okay, and that was like an earlier Angela's Death Highway.
So subsequently, he's adjusted the prompt to say, by the way, make Lieberman
I don't know how
40
he does
pounds
it,
heavier.
but then anyway, so the prompt dude is
Give
then
me
being like, this
Jonah
guy is
Hill.
fat. My point is, this got me to go on a diet. Yeah.
That's hilarious
Yeah.
and sad.
Yeah, but also I have this cool thing called Bid Better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where we started.
That's why we're talking about this, because
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so happy I park cars. So you sent this to me, and it immediately made sense. You go, here, I'm part of this thing. It's called Bid Better. What you do is you drop the link from a car auction into this tool, and it essentially runs comps. It's a comp running tool.
But we
took this one, we dropped it in.
Yeah. Okay. So go back to the cars and bids thing for a second. Mm-hmm. Okay. So again, here's an M2 2018 with how many miles on it? 54,000. And it's a manual, and it's black, and so it does. So you get all that stuff. Then you go to when you do the analysis and Bid Better. It says, here's your bid target.
Wow, is that really what these things are going for? Zach, why don't you have one of these?
Because I already have a BMW.
Yeah, but this is a better one.
I know.
And it's
It's a non-comp.
You could probably sell your car for even money and have a 50,000-mile 2018 M2.
That is tempting.
If that's really the comps, is this
Especially because this one's got like
salvage?
a wing and stuff on it, so I think that's why the price is a little.
Right.
We'll find out.
Imagine what it smells like in there.
So it
Fake.
says,
Blueberry.
look. It says, however, a discount is necessary due to the engine tune and racing seat.
Oh, yes.
Which increase wear and tear risks and narrow market appeal. So
Yes, the racing seat definitely increases wear and tear. Thanks, AI.
and narrow market appeal.
Go back. Explain the overall of like what.
Yeah. So in other words, you're a guy on the internet. You don't know the people we know, and so you're like, I've always wanted an M2. So you go to Cars and Bids. Hey, there's an M2 for auction. It's got 54,000 miles on it and a racing seat. Like, okay, and there's like time left in the auction. It's sitting at whatever price it's sitting at. Well, what should I actually bid on it? And we're pretty accurate. Like we went live when we went live because we achieved an accuracy of like running a ton of these analyses where it's like, damn, because we wait 16 hours, the auction's over, and we see what it went for. So we can it's easy to see what the computer predicted versus what it sold for, and it's like way up in the 90s. So and it wasn't before. We spent a lot of months where it was like, it could be better, but we got there and it was consistent. So it was like, all right, let's go live with the thing. And then, so it does this, and if you scroll down a bit, you can start to see, like right off the bat, potential immediate repairs. And it's just saying on average, when you buy one of these, you're going to be dropping this in. And it's good for stuff like R107s are the best because, like, Mercedes R107, they're $30,000 with an immediate $30,000 need, and it knows all that. And then, yes, it shows you the comps, as Matt said, and it'll show you, like, outlier comps. And the analysis above probably said, like, yeah, the one that sold for 81 had 1,000 miles on it.
And it's a CS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't show. So it's not a lot of these have been selling at auction for whatever reason. Then
It probably should eliminate CSs.
It doesn't factor them into the range. It shows it as a comp sale, but it doesn't actually factor it into the price. And then it'll show like key strengths, but also key issues like so the charge pipe is a common failure. It just knows all that. And then keep going down. So it kind of makes you like an instant expert on what you're bidding on, beyond the fact, like I had a friend of mine, he's like, I kind of want a Boxster. I'm like, well, what year? He's like, I don't know, I just like Porsche Boxsters. I was like, what's your price range? It's just like that. It doesn't, people like cars, they don't know, they're not us. And then it gets into like investment potential, and you just keep going down, and there's like a...
Investment potential, 0.
I mean, the right M2.
Nobody makes money on cars.
Well, some people make money on cars.
Very few people.
buy a yellow Enzo.
When factoring in all fucking expenses, make any money on cars. I went through my entire customer base with Eric the other day.
Yeah.
Almost none of their cars justify their own home.
I'm not arguing that. Sure. Cars cost money. Yeah.
Cars cost money. No,
It is an expensive home to rent for a car.
but still, like,
So.
You're
Not wrong. Most people underperform the index and all that stuff.
Well,
with
and
some very
they just think
surprising
about what I
outliers.
bought it for and what I sell it for, and not what its service and cost,
Yep.
insurance and fuel and tires. Like nobody fucking.
Okay. Yeah. We actually factor that in, but if you go down, and so here's like questions to ask. So those 1 through 3, we always ask those. It's like you always save the carbon on a track or whatever. But then these are like specific vehicle questions. So for whatever reason, AI is concerned about the custom 93 octane tune.
If someone asks me someone has asked me what repairs a car will need in the next 12 months, I have told them to quietly eat a dick.
Well, but if you go down, it'll show you. And again, this is just pulling. We're pulling from all over the place. But if you go down a little bit, Zach, it'll show you the cost projections, and it'll show you like what you're spending the money on. And you can actually zoom in, or what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, not zoom in like that, but like you can see like where the maintenance, like what's going to fail. But you scroll down a bit more, it'll show you like common things that are replaced. And then here's like, if there's any, here you can see the estimated value is lower than what the bid is. So it takes that. And then long term, you're going to lose
investment grade, as you can see.
Yeah. But, but again, but this is like, we're not trying to trick them. We're trying to say, here's all the information.
Yeah.
And then
This green line is actually the value of the dollar right now.
That's also true. But yeah, so, and then it's, we say, and it has a confidence rating. So, in 10 years, we're low confidence because, again, who knows, but with M2s. And then one other thing that's cool that we're into, the build your bid. So, for instance, go down a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more right there, market trend. So, like, The Enzo sold for $18 million, and then a week later, another some Ferrari sold for crazy money in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So the Ferrari market is hot. So in other words, the auction results that this is pulling from, like, Bring a Trailer, Cars and Bids primarily, hasn't really caught up
to the in-person auctions.
Yeah, so you can say, hey, the market's hot, and you can click that, and you can adjust it. So you might say, like, and we did this the other day. We had like a F430 Spider with a gated manual where, like, you know, with the market being normal, it was saying like the top end was like 195, and we changed it to like market's hot, Ferrari market's hot, and it said like, I forget exactly, like 195 to 215, and it sold for 202. So it's like, you know, it's cool features, and it lets you, if you really are buying a lot of cars, it can help you, you know, to know how to bid on things. Now, I will say, you two dudes, I asked a lot of my car friends for feedback. You had the best feedback by far, so A+. Best
in terms of most helpful?
Most helpful, but also like comprehensive and well-written and no, you know, it was very weird. I was like, who the hell? Oh, Zach, yeah, nice.
Send you an invoice.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
And then you said something.
Maybe.
That's what I said.
well.
It's like having a journalist in your pocket. I was like, I will sell you that line for 1%.
Actually, no. What you want is a spot in the bunker. I mean, because now he's on that team, so when, you know, that's really what we need.
Oh, right, yeah.
I just need a spot in the bunker.
That's where ice race will be held, so we'll be there too.
Yeah, right.
But that's our next. So we actually launched, and we actually got like people throwing money at us, which was crazy. I don't mean like subscribers, which we got some, but like investors were like, "Hey, this is pretty cool." And what you were saying, you were saying like, "This is great, but I'm not really buying that many cars, blah blah blah." But I'm selling cars. You know, I want like a selling feature. So that's our phase 2, and now we actually have the cash to develop that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is, if you don't know shit, it is very helpful. And a lot of people
Don't know shit.
don't know shit, dude. A lot of people don't know shit. And as much as I don't like AI because of the theft, again, it's because of the theft. And the environmental things.
Environmental part. Well, you know, let's get green energy. And then,
No, what this is like auction bumper bowling. It's automatic rev matching.
Yeah.
Which I think what makes me feel weird about it is exactly what makes me feel weird about automatic rev matching. I spent a lot of time getting good at that.
Yeah. And I hate it. I've never turned it on. Yeah.
And like, you said, like, if you're looking to buy a car and, like, you don't know the people we know.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, there's a lot of information here, but when it comes to, like the actual comps and the bids, like, they offer those tools. Like, I think they offer those tools, and they're very useful, and they're very accurate.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not like that tool doesn't exist. Like, it's there.
Sure.
It's really easy to use.
Yeah,
in both of these sites.
We're just more accurate. It's just more accurate.
It just like literally takes the results and puts them into the thing.
No, it does a lot. I mean, again, we do that. We go to ChatGPT, replicate this website, do bid better, and it can't do it. And another, again, if you did ChatGPT, it would take that M2 CS and it'd be like, oh, it's also a 2018 M2, and it would dump it in there, and it would inflate. Like we've done, like what we had to do to get 911s to work was probably more time than building the site, because you say do a 2019 Speedster. And it's like, okay, 2019 Speedster is it's a 911 where the top goes down, and it's stickered for $245,000. There's also a lot of 2019 Targa GTS 4s that stickered for over $200,000. So, AI would just start looking at that, or thinking about that, and it would start influencing. So we had to like literally build tables to be like, don't do that. A GT3 touring manual is different than a GT3 wing car PDK. And again, all those sites have that, but they don't do it the way this one does it. And that's why they got me in, was like to do like a 1993 Corvette is not a 1993 Corvette ZR1. Even though the prices are pretty close these days, they're different, and it's a different market, and just all that kind of stuff. So we really, it's not just like steal Cars and Bids API. It's like take this information and then put it through all these filters and work it.
It's not Steal Cars and Bids API, but all the information about the ownership experiences, all that, is scraped from
the internet.
The internet,
yeah,
which is taking value that's put into the internet, and you're using it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's part of that theft. I just want, it is. Like, it just is. Like,
I mean, but we're not taking anything like creative. We're not.
But you might be. If someone writes a long-term ownership experience write-up of the BMW M2 and they put that on the internet and they're trying to make a living by being a vlogger or something.
Okay, but we're not looking at blogs. But it's out there. And also that's the other thing is like know what to filter out also.
Sure, okay, but the way I feel about AI is because people contribute to the internet, right?
Yeah.
And other people are building value that's based on all that information, but those people that have done the actual legwork to generate that information are not being compensated. So that's about how I feel about AI across the board.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah, you made that very clear. Yeah. Sure.
I don't feel society is benefiting from it. I feel like 12 people are going to be the richest people that have ever lived, and everybody else will be worse off.
Okay, well, I won't be one of the 12. I don't think
so the 12 people and Johnny.
No. What I'm saying is, if we can help people, buy and sell cars better. Like I don't.
Sure,
I don't see the great societal harm there.
I think the overall is the great societal harm.
Sure. Okay.
That's
sure.
What I feel.
But I remember conversations like this. When Google happened, you can just search something I wrote. My words.
I don't see that in the same way because particularly in the early variants.
You don't. But I remember when people did.
I was there.
Yeah,
not that young.
I know,
I was fucking there.
I remember those conversations. So again, it's are you gonna how do I put this? Okay, I've no comeback to I hate AI because it's AI. You know what I mean? All right.
No, I feel like it gives, it takes far more than it gives back.
Right.
From society. That's what I feel about AI.
Okay.
It's a taking technology, not a giving technology.
Okay, although again, fine, but with what we're doing, we're not necessarily. I mean, again, we're taking auction results and
this isn't
public information. And we're doing something creative with it, and we're charging for it. You got to pay. But I don't see how the environmental thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
horrific.
And the oligarchy.
Well, the oligarchy
is extremely bad.
Yeah, but again, is OpenAI a worse oligarchy than Amazon?
No, they're equally bad.
Than Google,
equally bad. All bad.
Than Amazon Web Services.
All bad.
Than the operating system that you're broadcasting on right now.
I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways, yes.
OpenAI AI companies might have a larger negative impact than Amazon because, there's a lot of articles now that the impact on white-collar jobs, for example, will be huge. I'm not saying that those are the jobs that matter, but this is different because when factories became more automated, you could get a factory worker to go get trained to work in the office, but now you have AI that can do the work in the office also. So it can take the office job, and then the robots can take the blue-collar job of moving the packages in Amazon.
Yeah.
Sure. So both jobs get absorbed.
There's never been any indication that the value produced by AI will ever be put back into society.
Yeah.
No one's ever said anything fucking like that.
Okay.
And Pew Research just did some poll, and not to just attack Johnny, but the majority of people.
Listen, the majority you want to come. I told you this. I fucking told you. You want to come on the show and talk about this? I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
I
don't think you're the devil, but I think AI is so bad for society.
Okay. I don't think it's that bad.
I do.
Yeah, I think the environmental part's awful, and green energy is the way out of that. Solar, wind, atomic. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree.
And then figure out a way to deal with the wastewater. That's
I think. But what I like about AI is the aggregating of information to help people do things.
Yeah,
and this is one of those things. I don't like when it takes, ingests all of Hollywood's creative work and then writes a script and makes the movie and edits the movie and puts out or if it can just start doing all of the assistant jobs, logistics stuff and stuff like that. But I think when people use it as a learning tool, and in this case, if it can tell them a bunch of shit about cars that they didn't know that might not be in the comps also, that kind of helps the buyer be more informed.
It does, and I'm not anti-informed buyer. I just have such a strong belief, in doing the legwork. I have such a strong belief in not taking a shortcut. I write notes because it programs them into my brain. They tried to shove Ozempic down my throat. I didn't fucking take it.
Right.
Why? To create a sustainable, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is me. Someone out there's going, Matt's a fucking asshole.
I mean, I would say
he doesn't know shit, and that's fine. But like, the way I live is like by like fucking. If you need to like learn something, like. I run comps for cars like tons of times a day. Like, my comps are accurate as fuck, and I'm not smart, and I don't have any special talents. And so, while they're, it's a tool, okay, but like, God, it makes people dumber when they don't have to like learn a little bit how to do something.
Well, but also like,
I really don't want peer-to-peer auctions to have the human element removed from them.
Okay, but I would say, like, you know, back to your Ozempic thing for a second. Like, I had lunch today with a friend who's on one of those things, and he ate a little bit less than I did, same food, and then he took some home, and I asked him, like, do you have any problems or anything? He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm
not
losing
judging
weight.
anyone who takes fucking Ozempic.
No, but
anything.
I'm saying it is a shortcut. Now, look, I went on a diet. I just lost a bunch of weight by like eating less and exercising, which fucking sucks. You know, like I hate it.
But don't you learn something? Don't you learn something by doing that?
Because 2 years ago I did the same thing and I lost 30-some pounds and I got really strong. And then I was like, God, I love bread. You know, and I got fucking huge. And I stopped.
The thing you wanted to learn, but
no, I mean, I know how to do it. I hate doing it, you know, type thing. And for a lot of, like, you know, again, my friend who is maybe buying a Boxster. Again, he's like, yeah, I just decided I wanted a sports car. He does other shit. He's got a full life. He's just like, and I'm like, well, you could use this, you know. And he's like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know any of that. Now I know. Now I have my report on the Boxster, and it's all in one place. I don't have to. And you know, the other thing too is like, you could say, oh, go to forums. Everything's on a forum. Well,
I do not say that ever.
Not
you should never go to
people,
forums.
But again,
forums are terrible.
But if people start Googling, right, they wind up on a forum, and it's like. You can't buy an M2, like IMS bear or whatever. I know it's a 911, but you know what I'm saying. Like, so this cuts a lot of that out, and it's a tool, and it also our phase 3, shall we say? Like, we've trained it on cars. It can look at Pokemon cards. You know, it can look at anything you bid on. And it can do the same thing. And we just don't have the cash on hand right now and the time to program that. But that's all it is. It's just like we've created, I don't know, software that essentially analyzes auctions.
I'm not usually like a slippery slope kind of person.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see, you know, where auctions, these auctions just become one person's AI agent bidding against a seller's AI agent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I just,
yeah.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a fucking world where the bidder doesn't have to fucking like learn a little something or to put like 2 seconds. The number of times I see people wiring $150,000 having fucking no idea what they've just bought.
But
it just makes me
You're complaining
sad.
about people. Because again, I know I said this on the show. I would literally.
I want people to be less fucking dumber, and AI is allowing them to be even dumber.
But I would literally. I tell the story all the time. I was on this Bugatti rally, and a guy was like, "You drive a lot of cars. What's been interesting lately?" I'm like, "Oh, I just went on the launch of the Ferrari SF90," and he's like, "Oh, I haven't heard of that one." And his assistant's like, "Sir, the black car that was delivered Tuesday, that's your SF90." Oh. You know what I mean? So
you're
like,
not bolstering your case. These
no,
are
but I'm not hurting my case
people.
either. I'm just saying people are people. Like expecting people to like if we got rid of AI, people would get better. You know, like
no, but if we got rid of AI, like those 12 people might not be oligarchs, but
we'd have other. I mean, there's always been oligarchs.
Ideally, we'd have no oligarchs. I'd like to work to a system in which we don't have oligarchs. Is that like a boy can dream?
The march of AI is interesting because there's a couple of states right now that have proposed legislation to ban AI data centers, period. Mm-hmm. Georgia did it. Virginia's working on it. And in Florida, DeSantis also, mostly because of the cost of the data centers and their effect on power. So, like, it would be a fascinating thing if 2 years from now it's just like every state says, nope, we don't want any of these data centers. Like, this shit doesn't exist anymore. It's not based on these polls from Pew Research. Most of the people don't want it. And I don't know, this might end up being like this weird flash in the pan thing. But
I mean, it probably won't go away forever, but it would be nice if it was valued according to the value it actually brings to society, and not according to the fucking hype machine.
I think it will shrink a lot.
Okay. Anyway, my little app will help you. Listen, will help you bid better.
You said, can I come hawk it? I said, yeah. I'm speaking my motherfucking mind, Habibi. It's not your fault, but I just
that's fine.
I'm very sour on this shit right now.
I'm sour on a lot that I'm not, and again, for me, it's the environmental impact that I'm, I don't like.
It's all intertwined, man. It's all fucking intertwined.
Again,
you read how the fucking Epstein is talking to Peter Thiel in those emails. It's like the script of that movie Mountainhead.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be satire. That's how these assholes are really talking about it.
For the record, Epstein has nothing to do with Bid Better. It was me, Paul, and Rusty.
But I bet you had something to do with something further fucking downstream. But
I mean, maybe
you should eat capsules of water.
I didn't want to leave the water in there. I wasn't shooting. I was getting rid of it. I wasn't shooting.
I swore
that was strange.
I did. What you saw did happen.
Zach's doing water bumps. He just poured water into his capsule.
I did that, but then I did a finger into the glass, and then I drank the water.
More whiskey, Johnny. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. All right.
Look, I agree that if you know nothing, this will help you. But I am so sour on all this shit right now, and I feel like value has been stolen from fucking all of humanity to make a very small number of people very, very rich. And basically powerful beyond the borders of countries or anything like that.
Right, but I mean, again, the I don't want to say hypocrisy, but like the one-eyedness of you're on YouTube. We're right now on YouTube, and you're decrying oligarchy is like.
Sure,
it's insane.
You can't live. I'm not a martyr. You can't live in a society and not. Right. That's what oligarchy is. I can't escape it. Unless I do a Tom Morningstar and build a cabin in the fucking woods, I cannot escape it.
Then you got to shit in a hole. No, but like
that's what I mean. I don't have a choice to deal with these people or not. It's forced upon me.
It's tough. Like I remember one of my favorite bands when I was in college was this punk band 15. They were awesome, and this guy he had this song about it's called Petroleum Distillation, and it was just about how horrible the oil industry was, and he was getting so hardcore. He's like, I'm not even going to go on tour anymore because my van, burns oil. And I'm like, your message is pretty good. You should go on tour and spread the message. And you got to exist in the world. And, you see this all the time where, it's like massive corporations are telling you to recycle while they're, stealing all the water.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, again,
these are the massive corporations that I am talking about, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, BidBetter is a very small corporation.
Not your fucking corporation. the whole thing, dude.
I know, but again, how do I put this? I understand your point about stealing from artists and that kind of thing, but saying that AI is worse than Google that owns YouTube that you make your living on.
I didn't say that.
Okay, well,
I did not say that.
Okay, but
they're the same.
Okay,
they're the same.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed.
Google is AI. They're the same.
I agree. Okay, agreement.
What I'm saying, Johnny, is that YouTube and Google were vastly better products before AI. Okay. YouTube was a vastly better product before AI.
Okay.
When subscribers got videos, when it was not algorithmic, when it wasn't...
Well, it's always been algorithmic.
No, it was not. It absolutely has not always been algorithmic.
It's always been algorithmic.
No, it was not. There was years of YouTube before there was algorithms.
That's not. There's always
before there was an algorithmic feed that you got. There were years of YouTube before that.
What year? Like before Google bought it. Google's always at when you search. There's an algorithm that says give this guy results based on these metrics.
Right, but that has changed. Very drastically.
Yes. But there's always been an algorithm.
When it shifted from the I subscribe to these channels and I will get their videos too.
Yeah.
I subscribe to these channels, but I haven't watched in a while, so I'm not going to put... That's the algorithm. That was when it became algorithmic.
Well, it was
in the
we're
beginning.
talking about two different things. Like computer science, algorithms are part of it.
When it learned your behavior and amplified that behavior back to you.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
Okay.
There was a time before it did that. But before it did that, it was better.
I mean, better. It was different. I don't know if it was better. How was it better?
It was better because you could actually get your content to the people that wanted to see it.
Right.
As opposed to catching people with a big thumbnail and a bold fucking thing getting them in the what's next, or just having your audience go to youtube.com or pull up the app and scroll with what's fed to them, as opposed to...
I don't know. I was going to say it was different.
Podcasting is non-algorithmic, Johnny. There's a reason it works right now, and YouTube's in the fucking toilet. That's why. Because it's non-algorithmic. Because if you subscribe to the podcast, you get it.
Yeah, you're not using the word algorithm right. Like there's like the fact that like if you look at anything on your phone, there's algorithms that feed you every single thing.
If you subscribe to this podcast,
yes,
it comes to you. If you don't listen for a couple weeks, it still comes to you.
That's because that's the way that algorithm is programmed.
Fine. Then it's self-reinforcing. What is the word? What's the better word? What's the better word?
I don't know. The
YouTube algorithm working out great for you right now?
Actually, yeah. If you want to look at my YouTube channel, yes, it's been we've had explosive growth for no discernible reason in the last 2 weeks.
No discernible reason.
Yeah,
I like it.
As Riley said, the algorithm chose you. But yeah,
so this guy fights me for 10 minutes and then makes my own point for me back to me, like a victory.
I don't know.
The algorithm rewards you. We don't know.
I made a good video. I made a video that went viral. Not viral, but it did really well.
Don't ever use that word.
Calm it down. Calm it down.
Fuck, would you write for BuzzFeed? Fuck out of here.
We had videos that go relatively viral. So according to this thing, early 2000s. I mean, so algorithm is just like how the thing is programmed. So it was simple.
Chronological system, uploaded content, view counts were a key metric, videos with the most views.
That was the algorithm, but they're always. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was when it was awesome.
Okay,
that was when it was awesome.
You like that algorithm?
Yes.
It's always been okay. Yeah. That's all.
Yes, when you fucking got videos that were shown to you in the order they were uploaded, and if you subscribed, it went to your inbox, and it was there. And then you watched it.
I think what Matt is saying is that there was a time
when it was less manipulative.
It was exactly, and people didn't see the manipulation, so they didn't refer to it as the algorithm.
Sure.
And then a few years ago, lots of creators, big, small, whatever, started noticing this, and users.
Yeah, I think people use the word algorithm without ever having to take a computer science class.
Right.
Which I accidentally took one time and it sucked.
Hard.
That's not how my brain works. I took a computer science class. It was, but yeah.
Yeah, it's engineer. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What I obviously mean, and I think is fucking common sense, is the self-reinforcing algorithm that feeds you shit based on your watch behavior most recently.
Yeah. Again, you don't like that. I agree. Just for some things I like to watch on YouTube, I actually like some of my favorite channels, which are just dudes cooking steaks, I found because of the algorithm. So I'm not like super negative on that. I'm
not saying I've never found anything of interest because of the algorithm.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you are a content creator, who is creating content where you're, let's just say, reviewing products, okay, whatever products, the metal drives the view count. So if you have a product that's not as interesting because it's seasonal or whatever, view count down, a self-reinforcing algorithm will punish you for that. And I think that makes the internet a worse place.
Okay. I don't. I
think it's been a long and windy road to get where we are now.
Yeah.
But AI, go look at your fat picture. Is the ultimate reinforcement of that is where is the end point
don't
of
body
that
shame me, Matt.
algorithm, dude?
Yeah.
To me, it is.
Yeah. How do I put this? Sure. I don't even know how to respond to that. But again, we're trying to use. And
I'm not trying to complain about why our specific video count is down. I talked to Doug. I talked to people across the board.
Yeah.
Nobody's having a good time right now in cars.
Mine went up weirdly. It was. In fact, I was going to shut it down. I was literally going to shut it down. Two things. This guy, very helpful. You were like, your thumbnails suck.
Read 'em.
Yeah,
Unreadable.
and so I was like, all right, let's make him as fucking readable.
I mean, that was probably the change. You got a big boost. It could have been
part
that.
of the change. And then, but I was literally going to shut it down. And then I talked to Misha, and he's like, dude, you got 10,000 subscribers. Like, do you know how hard that is? Everything else after that's easy. You'll get up to where you want. And again, I don't need if I can get to 250,000 subscribers, which is 9.5x what I have now in a couple years, I'll be fine. That's but it cost me so little to make these videos. We figured out a way to you know how the deal.
They look cheap.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's been weird. It's been going well. The last 2 weeks, I don't know what happened. We gained 17,000 subscribers.
Good.
Or something.
It's from your Escalade video.
Yeah, Escalade did very well. Yeah. So
I hope you you don't think that I don't want you to be successful. You know what I mean? I'm not. That's not my position on anything.
I didn't think that for 1 second. I'm dopey enough that rather than change the fucking subject, which I should have done 20 minutes ago, I'm just I forgot that I have this bidbetter.ai company, and I'm just I'm not sure I agree with, my understanding of AI is I understand and when I say understand, I understand Newton's laws of thermodynamics on a third grade level, and I understand large language models on a third grade level. So I have that much understanding of what I'm saying. But
no one thinks you wrote the code. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I didn't write the code. Yeah. But we have developers. We actually pay people to write this shit.
I know you do.
But I just I know how to put this, and I'm not saying this directed at you, but it's very. It's the next great thing to hate is AI as a whole, and there can't be any nuance. AI is just evil, and I'm okay. For me, the evil part of AI is the environmental part, and again, I'm a big advocate for green energy in general, and that would solve the massive energy consumptions if we have green energy. And I'm a big advocate for atomic power. Let's get more atomic power. It's super fucking clean. Yeah, we have a little bit of waste to deal with. That's a smaller problem. That's what I believe. But I just don't think it's
good thing the people who have all the power in the AI companies are voting and supporting candidates that support green energy. Good thing that's happening.
But again, they
buy favor with whoever they want.
But again, AI people are voting different than YouTube, Google people. That you know what I mean?
I don't understand what that means.
AI
they're down with fucking up the environment. They're 100% down.
But what I'm saying is
they're saying the AI will figure out how to fix the environment.
No,
they've literally said that.
I know.
They've literally said that exact thing.
What will tell them renewable energy.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is
you got to turn AI off. I don't like the answers.
People are listening to you on Apple Podcasts or some. They're watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, they're all
Google.
bad. All of them are bad.
Right,
Johnny.
but AI is not more satanic than Google.
It is. It is. Well, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Okay. Google is AI. It's the same.
Okay. So fine.
It's the same.
That's my point. I'm not. That it's
it started as a thing that wasn't evil, and then they got rid of the slogan "Don't be evil," and then they became evil.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Yes. I think the big question though is because Google has a huge amount of power, huge amount of money, influence, all those other things.
Yeah.
It watches everything. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It has its evil sides.
Yes.
But did its existence lead to 20% of the job market disappearing? I'm not saying your app is doing this. I'm saying I think that the reason
our app
only
eliminated 2% of the jobs.
The reason so many people are rightly concerned about AI is because people that are working on the development side of it at high levels are writing articles saying, "Oh shit, this is going to threaten." Legal industry, medical industry, finance industry, written industry.
Yep. All entry-level jobs,
all these jobs are going to be dissolved because of this technology.
I've read the articles don't get a computer science degree. It's worthless.
I'm saying that's the difference between Google's existence and Google, who owns Gemini, Google's AI existence or the other company's existence.
Again, yes, that's probably bad. I would say I'm never a Luddite. I'm jobs come and jobs go. And I remember I was told very young your career hasn't been invented yet. What you're going to do for a living doesn't actually exist yet. And okay, car journalism existed, but doing podcasts for a living, making car videos on the internet.
Yeah.
None of that stuff existed when I was 12, and
true.
I like cars. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so yes, destroying jobs obviously is bad, except for the fact that
It wouldn't be bad if the people were paid.
Yeah,
if the people were paid to not work, that
Yes.
would be fine.
And I'm
100%
okay with
fine
that.
with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
If you want to replace all these people's
the-
jobs, just pay them to stay home.
There is a utopian philosophy. I can't remember what it's called, but there is one where it's just like, yeah, if you have robots doing all the work, take the robots' labor and give it to the people.
Yeah, I mean, like, people need to buy food and shelter and cars
Yeah.
and all these things. And
Look-
if you're going to take their jobs away and funnel that fucking cash directly
Yeah.
to Sam Altman and Elon Musk and all these assholes, it needs to come back.
Again, back to punk rock. Jello Biafra years ago. A maximum wage. We got a minimum wage. Let's have a maximum wage.
Yeah.
And
Have you
but
heard my philosophy on that?
No, but
If
real-
you earn
oh,
$1
yeah.
billion,
Yeah.
you get to $1 billion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The second you hit $1 billion,
Yeah.
you should get a trophy that says that you've won capitalism,
Right.
And you have to forfeit everything over that because, like a bar at 2 a.m.,
Right.
nothing good happens after $1 billion. Under $1 billion, you're buying Paganis
Yes.
and jets.
Yeah.
Above $1 billion,
Yeah,
you're
you
buying
get weird.
senators.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I do not disagree. My thing is, and again, this is like $1 billion's a nice number, but like this, when it was on, remember the old Bill Maher show? Not Bill. It was a Politically Incorrect.
Yeah.
So he had Jello Biafra on, and he had Jon Stewart on but way before the Daily Show. This is like 25 years ago, and Jello said, "If you're gonna have a minimum wage, why not a maximum wage? $100,000, and you start giving it back." And I remember Jon Stewart looked at him and goes, "A week?" So it's like weird, like okay, $1 billion, but like. You know, man, maybe you could do a lot of evil with 800 million. I don't know where it is. But here's the other thing: is
you gotta
why
draw
do
the
they
line
have to,
somewhere.
Why do they
Billion
have to
sounds
be
like a
such
nice round
Why do they
number.
have to be such assholes? Like why not like be a billionaire and like I mean, some do, but like you know, like just like feed people and educate people. And it seems to be ex-wives that do that. Like Melinda Gates is great. Bezos is ex.
Yeah, when
maybe
you-
like men, if you could make $1 billion, it all goes to women because that's back to Bibbetter. But like you know, we're hearing all these idiotic numbers from these. You know, banker asshole tech bros we talk to, and I'm like, telling my wife, I'm like, all right, if we actually get this money, like I get money to buy an INEOS and a G-Wagon, you take the rest. 'Cause I turn money into debt. You give me money, I will have a maxed out credit card. And, you know,
my wife returns uneaten chips to the grocery store.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
You can do that?
Yeah, you can. And
Yeah.
she doesn't know what her time is worth, but she also beat Elon Musk in court, so she can be in charge
right,
of whatever
yeah.
the fuck she
Yeah,
wants.
but you know what I mean. So like,
But Zuckerman was like, you know, when I said, like, yo, Hannah beat Elon in court, he goes, you know, half of the marital assets are yours.
I had a guy. He's going to remain nameless, but he was like, hey, I played with your app. It was really cool. He's like, start suing your partners now. I'm like, what? He goes, there's going to be delusion. They're going to fuck you. He's like, just start suing them now. Get it over with. And I'm like, whoa. Like, we got 6 figures of investment. Like, it's not much to sue. He's like, just start the lawsuits. Start the process.
That's fucking funny.
Is he a lawyer? It seems. Just,
No, you know, I'll leave his name out. But
I'm not asking his name. I just want to know his profession because that just seems aggressive, problematic.
Technocratic bullshit is his profession.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the Diablo concepts?
Yeah,
Did
except...
you-
Fuck, we have to do it on my stupid Instagram because it was a fucking WeTransfer file that expired. I tried
boo.
to email it to Zach.
You got to write for the Road Rat, which is
Yeah.
which is a nice treat. I really like the Road
Yeah.
Rat. I pay
Road Rat
I pay for
rules.
the Road Rat every month. They've never.
Keep
That's
going
not true. I
down.
pay for it once
Yeah,
a year, and they
I
send
post
me
way too much.
4
Keep going
issues
down.
a year. But there it is on the left.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, fucking Road Rat, I'd like to write for you.
You know, I will say this. This is the second thing I wrote for them. And years ago, I asked somebody like who wrote for the Road Rat. I'm like, how do you write for the Road Rat? And they were like, they ask you. You don't ask them.
See?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But maybe, you know, now that you said it out loud.
Now that I've put the Road Rat signal,
Yeah.
Man,
I don't
Manifesto.
think I'm allowed to. I think I'm not. I think for Road and Track, I'm not allowed to. I would ask Dan Pund for an exception.
Yeah, Dan. I'm sure
He wouldn't care. Dan's all right.
So they were doing a 90s supercar issue. And I said,
Apparently
you know,
the best-selling issue they've ever done. Not surprising.
well, you know, he put Chris Harris on the cover, or his story on the cover, it helps. But yeah.
I don't know if everybody put that together, but it was a great cover.
Yeah, it was good. So, okay, I said, I have a story. Let me ask the guy. So years ago, a Motor Trend Car of the Year week, and we always brought in guest judges. So in other words, we get accused of being bought off. And to try to alleviate that, Angus McKenzie said we should bring in people from the industry and we make them judges. And that way, if people say, how'd the vote go? They can say, I was in the room and I voted. It was kind of that. And we learned a lot from them. One of the guys, Tom Gale. Tom Gale was head of design at Chrysler for years. He was a Daimler Chrysler board member, but he was also like the head of international. But he was the VP of design for Chrysler for... Like he did the PT Cruiser, he did the '94 Ram truck, he did the Dodge Intrepid
with a schnoz like that.
Yeah. And so
injection molded buttons galore.
And he did all the but he did all those killer Chrysler concepts. So whenever we were at lunch, I was like, Tom, show me some fucking shit. He had his laptop and he'd show us stuff and then he'd show us something really cool and I'd be like, and he'd shut the laptop and smile at me. And anyways, one day he shows me basically this photo, which was actually go to the.
This photo looks like basically a Diablo.
Yeah,
pretty much is a Diablo.
Keep going. Basically that photo. Okay, so
this is like a rebodied Countach.
So he shows me. If you could maybe go one more.
It's so ugly.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back to the left. Sorry, go back to the left. So it's basically this car, this was Gandini's. It's called the P140, the Gandini P140, and or P132, excuse me. And this was Gandini's proposal for the Countach successor. The photo we're looking at right now is right when Chrysler bought Lamborghini. This is like ’87.
It's so fucking ugly.
And so he showed me a picture of this car
it's like a bad movie prop.
Sitting on Lee Iacocca's Tuscan Villa stone backyard with Lee Iacocca staring at it sideways.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that? He goes, this is what they were going to do when we bought them, and we said, let's have a design proposal process. And if you go to the next image. So this is the Chrysler Design Dome in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is no longer there. But
this looks much more like the side profile of the actual Diablo.
And so the Diablo. My whole story is basically like the Diablo was designed in Michigan by American dudes, and then if you go one more photo. This car the white car is the tooling model, and so they took this and they shipped it along with a guy named Bill Dayton. And he went to San Agata, and when you have a tooling model, this means you build your bucks and your dies and your everything around this car. So the Italians couldn't change anything because they're all like really good friends with Gandini. Yeah. And they didn't really care how it looked. They just liked Gandini. But the other problem was Gandini was actively... The actual car, and I don't know if it's on Instagram, but it was two-sided. So one side looked like that, which became the Chisetta Morador, or whatever that thing was. Marauder. And then the other side looked like the EB110, and eventually he sold it. He first sold it to Maserati for the Chibusco, and that project flamed out when Fiat bought him. And then he revived it into the original EB110, and then he wouldn't make any changes. Like that ugly Diablo... Tom asked him to make changes, and he was it was like the maestro has spoken.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not making it.
The guy's done some dope shit, but that car's ugly.
Yeah,
like that's
totally.
an ugly car.
And so anyway, so these photos were never seen by the public. Like basically, this was you can see how it's all in English on the top there. These are the captions for the photos. And if you go back to that first one, there was a Post-it note literally on a picture. This is from Bill Dayton, and Tom said, "Look, one day someone's going to say, Gandini really did all this. Chrysler had nothing to do with it." And he goes, "Make a book so we can preserve it, and one day a journalist will come along and I'll give it to him."
A kid or a wild-eyed scientist is going to come around asking about this book.
Yeah, and so I said, "Tom, can I have the book?" And he said, Gandini's dead. A lot of the guys that designed the Diablo are dying, and they're dying unnamed. And so could you write a story which tells like the Chrysler side? And he was very upfront in the story. He said we hid it for a lot of reasons. One, we didn't think Lamborghini customers wanted a car designed by the minivan people. You know,
Yeah.
They're right.
yeah, but it was funny. He said at the end they slapped on a Designo Marcello Gandini badge on the side.
Yeah, they did that anyway. Which is,
After Bill Dayton left Italy, and he's like, that was like the final thumb in the eye to us. Like, fuck you guys. But yeah, it's cool. And if you keep going a little bit, you'll see what I really liked. And I want to do something with them. But yeah, so these are original sketches from this guy William Dayton, and like. This is cool because this was sketched, I think it says 89, but you see it as a VT. So the VT didn't actually come out till 93. So they knew they were going to do the viscous traction thing. And then
where does it say VT?
Oh, go back to
Tiny
it says
badge.
VT on there? Where?
Yeah, right there.
It's like here.
VT.
Oh, colorblind.
Yeah.
colorblindness.
Yeah, I can barely see it.
I mean, see that at all.
Yeah, and keep going, and then you have these awesome, like here's the pop-up headlight.
Oh,
this is the plan view.
Cool.
So that's a Jeep CJ7 sealed beam.
Quality.
And then keep going. I love this one where they're like driving lamps. You know, for some reason we had to move them over 3 inches because of some, crash safety thing or whatever.
Wow.
And it's just
It's really cool.
But you see what's in English. Like it's not in Italian.
Right.
Like, Gandini did not speak English.
Yeah.
No one at Gandini's tour and design house. It was all done. This is great. Where do we put the chimsel? Here's 4 places we could put the third brake light.
That's really neat.
Isn't that cool?
Where did it end up? At the base of the windshield? I think it ended up at the base of the windshield.
It did, yeah.
Just like Countach, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But
I wish I could get rid of mine. Stinks.
You could. Who's going to check?
No, it's like it's molded.
Oh.
Yeah, it's molded in. Yeah.
And then, this is great.
The key?
So everybody
Oh, yeah.
who's ever owned a Diablo is like, it's the worst fucking key ever made. But here's where it came from.
It's the articulating key. It stinks.
And Sergio had a problem where, like, the Countach key will start the Diablo or vice versa.
No way.
But then it gets jammed in.
So when we had Mustangs back in the day,
Yeah.
if we ever saw another one, we would try our keys. Like a third of the time they worked.
Yeah.
I found
Same
out
thing,
from a
yeah.
dealer tech that there was only 12 Ford keys at the time.
So good. Yeah. I probably there's only 2 Diablo. How often back
That's
then?
so funny.
Yeah.
What if they're all keyed the same?
Sergio said he was able to start. I'm not getting this right. He was able to start the Countach with the Diablo key.
All right, I'm gonna bring my Countach key to
But don't do it. Don't do it because it gets okay.
He'll get
Countach to
jailed.
Countach is probably fine.
I bet you all Countachs are the same key.
Probably.
Why would they not be? It'd be the most Lamborghini thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my Countach key. Have you seen it?
All right,
it
I
looks
must have
like
seen it one
it's
time.
like a master lock key. It's about an inch long.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's crazy.
Well, if you go back to the Keysack for a second, to the right, yeah.
It's so
a tiny.
short, yeah.
It's the same key. It's the same key. They just made a cool flippy. It's
a
articulated.
flippy fob, yeah. They needed Mark Newson, is what they
Yeah.
really needed, honestly.
But I want to do something like make T-shirts out of this or something like that because these images are cool and they're just again these images
that would make just the center image there.
Yeah.
Would make a great T-shirt. Actually, it would be cool.
Yeah,
7 people would buy it, but it is cool.
These photos, and again, I have 100 of them. These photos sat in a shelf in Tom Gale's house, on a shelf in Tom Gale's house since 1989 is when.
I wonder what else is on Tom Gale's shelf.
He said this is the only time he did this because he knew one day he'd have to tell this story. And the other
It's
thing,
cool.
and
It's really cool.
I will figure out a way to get you the actual PDF next time I come on. Mura 2.
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Very funny.
But Mura 2. They were going to do a Yalpa successor, and they settled on.
It's like a Mustang 2, but Mura 2.
2.
It's not.
Not
It's
good.
not great. Like
It's not. No, it's not anything. But it's pictures of a car that existed that no one's ever seen.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
I saw it.
Tommy Kendall's seen it. The
it's not
editor
the
for the
best.
Road Rat's seen it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll save it. But it is a cool story.
I liked the Miura concept from maybe like 2010,
2006.
7, 8, something
Yeah.
like that.
That was great.
bitching.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I liked that a lot.
That was
a good
beautiful. They
one.
should have, maybe not should have, but that was cool.
Yeah.
But a little too close.
Zach, should we do a couple questions before
Sure.
we fuck off out of
Are
here?
these like people that have heard us drunk arguing about AI
No,
questions?
these were asked before.
No.
Okay.
All right, we don't need that one.
yeah, that was just for you to read.
Yeah, we can look at that. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't pre-read these. Okay, here. I like this one. Tom Marinello of Rage Against the Machina.
Yeah, it must be him.
Rage Against the Machina. Rage Against the Machina would be kind of a dope shirt, actually.
Would be good.
That's like your position about the electric Ferrari. Rage Against the Machina.
Rage Against the Machina.
I'm just kind of raging against a relatively dull interior. But go
Sure.
ahead.
It says there have been some postings recently of the Bugatti Galibier concept.
Galibier.
And it got me thinking that it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I actually rode in that car.
Did you?
It's a running, driving
How was
car,
it?
and I rode in it. It was a sedan.
Yeah, but was it
it was
cool?
yeah, it was. It felt like a. It was like the nicest Jaguar S type you've ever been in your life. Essentially,
I've been in some pretty nice S types, but that's great.
it was actually kind of rad.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of
Yeah.
rad, but it was a concept, so you didn't let it go fast, but like it was a very nice sedan.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
let's
so
go
the
back to
question is,
yeah.
what are that? It's a missed opportunity. What are
Yes.
some other missed opportunities?
Mirror 2.
Yeah,
Yalpa 2. Mustang 3.
the mid-engine Corvettes from the '90s.
or mid-engine cars from the 50s.
Yeah. All Motorama GM products.
Oh, the Buick Thundercat.
The Maybach Accelero.
That's the biggest missed opportunity
That was the
in history
biggest
of
one
cars.
of all of them, right?
Accelero. Yeah,
Accelero?
yeah.
Is that what it was?
It's
Accelero. Okay.
is- I saw that car in person recently. It's in Germany.
really?
The guy owns it.
Does it run? Is it driver?
Yeah. It's full driver. It is. It's even cooler in person because it's like 19 feet long.
You know what
just
that is? It's
so
like the
long.
modern version of the round door rolls at
Yeah.
the Peterson.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, yeah, it's just so much. It's a sexy fucking car. They should have done. It's that's the one. I mean, that's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What was that Cadillac 16 thing they did?
the 16.
Dude, well, hang on.
yeah.
Oh, Cadillac 16 was spelled out the word 16, but also Cadillac CL.
The CL? The
CIEL.
That
was
was
the greatest. That's the greatest interior ever put in a car.
Cadillac. I think 9 out of 10 missed concepts
Or Cadillacs.
come from General Motors from 1992 to 2007.
I think the CL is more beautiful than the 16.
No,
the
for
CL
sure.
is so fire.
Look at this thing.
do not
all
make
day,
this.
every day.
And then search CL
How do you not make
interior.
that?
So Gael.
That's essentially the same exact profile as a Rolls-Royce Dawn.
Yeah,
But I think it's even better.
but
lean
Gael, blanking with B. Audi.
the
design-
Audi guy.
Yeah,
The Audi guy.
So he did the
Yeah.
interior, and it's like olive wood. I was there. Oh yeah, the one at Pebble Beach. Right there. That's the one. I was there when they
That
drove
shit
this
is
thing
so
in.
fire, dude.
So this was outdoors. Go up.
Where
Go
is the
right there.
Yeah. Oh, there on the right.
So I was there when they drove this thing
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's sick. Yeah, it looks great.
I was there when they drove this thing in, and we're outside, and the air was sucked out of the room. It was just insane. So the CL, the El Mirage, remember the El Mirage? It came out. It was the next year. Cadillac El
Nobody
Mirage.
does a concept and fumbles the bag like Cadillac.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody.
Well,
and
except-
this is a company that builds awesome cars. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like, no disrespect to the Blackwings, but like, it ain't that.
Do you remember even the non-Cadillac? Well, there was that one. There was a one that Denison did. There was a really beautiful. It kind of became the CT5, but there was a beautiful concept car where it had like a luggage shelf that lifted in the back.
Oh yeah. I remember.
But do you remember the rear drive Buick on the Camaro
Yes.
platform? Ah! Like, why didn't they do that?
Was it a Wildcat?
No,
or it was whatever.
God,
it was fucking
it had like
badass.
a numerical name. It was like
It was-
GN Grand. It was like GN07 or something.
That shit was fire. I remember that.
The New York show, they had a coupe and a convertible, and it was on the Camaro ATS platform. So it was basically an E46 M3 modern chassis with a gorgeous little Buick body. Also, same era. Remember those little Nissan rear drivers?
Oh
Little
yeah,
tiny
when they
things?
did the BZX
I
or those
can't
two
remember
box
the name.
designs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
All
terrific.
a great era. Yeah, all a great
We
era.
can do the whole show.
Okay. Let's go back. Of
But
course,
CL.
patreon.com/the Smoking Tire Podcast if you want to ask us questions for the show, get the live show, get the show early, get the show without ads, and get more show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I blow horns. What cars have you driven that blew you away at how good they were on track as well on street? Something you drive 1,000 miles and then thrash on track. Blackwing, McLaren 750.
Oh yeah. I got lucky. I got to drive the F80. I would. That is. It's such a great driving like street and track car. Like equally rad in both. And
I believe that.
And totally different. Yeah.
I believe that.
Just wow.
I believe that. I just think it's very ugly. It's a very
Again,
ugly car.
once you sit through the Aero presentation, you're like, oh.
The Aero.
But it was. I was sitting with Dan Pund and Ezra Dyer.
Imagine being at the bar, and you put that Zippo-like Ferrari key down the bar.
Yeah.
And this girl sits next to you and goes, wow, that's a Ferrari. And you go, let me tell you about the aerodynamics. They leave.
Okay, that's fine. But then you still have the F80. It's cool. But I was sitting. So that was the three Americans, me, Ezra, and Dan Pund, on the launch, and we're sitting there at dinner, like the day after. It's kind of like drinking Lambrusco and talking about how great everything is, and we're like, is anyone going to believe us when we tell them how good this car is? And Ezra and Dan were like, nah. No one will believe it. Doesn't matter. They'll just, But it was just so mind-blowingly good.
I believe that it's good. I believe that from the driver's seat, it's unbelievable.
Seat, yeah.
I believe that. I buy that 1,000%.
Yeah, that's the one where I'm like, wow.
I just will not be convinced that it looks good.
Better in person, but okay.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. Let's keep going. What do we got? More down there.
I'll answer that one about beating up Zuckerman.
Hang on a second. Food spot tour. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. I want to find something really good. I hope you. I'm not trying to just draw out time here.
Whatever, dude. I'm not driving anywhere.
Okay. Here we
go. Quite a while.
I demand a recount. I like that. Excuse me. Bourbon burp. That's fucking aggressive on the way back up. Wow. Spicy.
By the way, we didn't even announce
Spicy 2.0.
We didn't announce this one. This one is 63%.
It's fire.
The
second one we drank was the most delicious.
So yeah. This one's okay.
This is good, but that one was like
tremendous.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Sidebar: the Porsche is at BBI for service, 7,500 miles, oil change, filter change, cabin filter change, and Batim and Mitch are working together on my cooling tune request. So. Do I need? We've talked about this. We've talked about it so many times.
Okay, you want your car to cool better?
Yes.
No, the bottom line is my car cools fine,
but it could be better.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
With the motor, that in order to activate the sport cooling program. Which is set up for the stock engine to kick it into sport cooling, I have to go so dangerously fast.
Right. Okay, so knock it down a few miles per hour.
We're trying to lower the threshold. Yeah. Not miles per hour, throttle position.
Throttle position. I'm
trying to knock it down to like half, three-quarter throttle for the sport cooling program.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, 7,500 mile service.
Nice.
New Blackstone test. I'll have your results. I'm sure it'll be clean as a whistle.
Cool.
I demand a recount says... For years, 300 horsepower was regarded as the correct amount.
It was?
Is that still true as cars have gotten heavier due to increased tech and safety features?
No.
I think 300 horsepower was correct when cars were around 3,000 pounds. 300 horsepower and 3,000 pounds is a very nice car.
My Bill Gates moment was when I publicly wrote, and this is 21 years ago, that 420 horsepower is the perfect amount because I was geeking off on the Audi RS4, and you don't need any more power than that. That was my Bill Gates moment, because now when my truck goes into front wheel drive mode, it makes
the best reference,
410. You know what I mean? Where he's like, no one will ever need more than 600.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, he was in the Epstein files, wasn't he?
Might want to tweak
before
your
he was in
analogy
the Epstein files, Bill Gates said no one who could ever need more than 640K of memory.
Oh, my Bill Gates moment is now, hey, Jeff, how do I keep my wife from knowing I got an STD from a Russian hooker?
Yeah. Right. No one will ever need to wear a condom.
Ultimately
is
divorce
also
me
a Bill Gates moment.
Right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm trying to help out.
Maybe we got to retire that expression.
Yeah. I'm gonna. There was a patent.
Sorry, my Elon Musk moment. No, sorry.
The head of the U.S. Patent Office in like 1892 suggested closing it down because everything that needed to be invented has already been invented. So that was my moment.
That's
my U.S.
very
postal.
fun.
Whatever the Pininfarina, Batista, and the Rimats make, that's the correct amount of horsepower.
I think with modern tires, if you've got a car that is, let's call it a good sports car weight, 3,000 to 3,500 pounds is good sports car weight for new cars.
These days is great.
400 horsepower right there is the real sweet spot.
I think you could do like a 9-to-1 ratio. Like
9 to
divide
1,
the weight
9 to 1,
by 9, and you kind of land in the right
WRL,
spot.
where we raced, right?
Yeah.
In WRL, the GTO class, which is a higher, one class above what Johnny and I were, was 9 to 1.
Right.
That was the formula.
We were like 11 to
GT1.
1.
It was a 10.5 to 1, I believe.
Yeah. Perfect.
And they do it based on wheel horsepower, not crank horsepower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I only
because
care
they have
about
they
crank.
have a chassis dyno there, and if they pull you for scrutineering their chassis dyno, so for us, it was, I believe, 2,800. I think it was 3,000 pounds, 280 wheel horsepower was the.
No,
was the
So if Team
sounds-
Volkswagen shows up and they get
280,
pulled from that
282,
dyno,
yeah.
you know they have their secret diesel tune.
Yeah.
Nagaro Blue Bulls. What front-wheel drive car would be better as rear-wheel drive, and what rear-wheel drive car would be better as front-wheel drive?
This sounds like homework.
It does sound like homework,
I'm not
actually.
No.
That's a
rear-wheel
great
drive.
response to these sort of hypothetical
Yeah,
questions.
no rear-wheel drive car would be better as front-wheel drive.
Okay, I'm going to say something you're not going to like.
Okay.
There's a few cars that are better because they're worse.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And the chief among them, in my opinion, is the Renault R5 Turbo 2.
It's a terrible car.
Which drives awful.
It's so bad.
It's like badass. It looks cool. It drives.
That's when I realized you can sell cars that were not actually engineered. They just put stuff in and screwed it together.
So if that went back to just the Renault R5, it would probably be fine.
Make it fun.
I would say so. I don't know when this happened to me, but I got so into when I hear front wheel drive. I don't think of like understeer. I just think of packaging. So I'm like,
Right.
well, like. Audis have a lot of advantages being front wheel drive. They have bigger trunks and the packaging and more rear leg room, and but then it's like, oh, but they understeer like crazy. And then Audi PR is constantly like, stop talking about how our cars drive.
Yeah.
Which I've dealt with for many years.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's
right. Do you have to always mention it? It's like,
dude.
yes.
Stop talking about how our cars drive is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
I had to do it. And again, I'll give you a great example.
That's so insider, but like, oh my God, is that fucking cold and funny?
But it's true, right? Like,
so funny.
Like we recently did M5 wagon and RS6, right?
Oh, it must have been tough. That must have been tough.
Hey, but it was two of us. And, just driving wise, not talking about anything else.
That's a real unhappy Goldilocks situation.
Yeah, but driving wise, the M5 was better on a canyon road than the
Sure
Audi.
it is.
The
Yeah,
Audi,
I know, sure,
The
yeah.
Audi ran into the typical Audi stuff where the engine's in front of the front axle, and the weight distribution is 56-44, and the BMW is 50-50, even though it's heavy.
Yeah.
And it drove better. And man, the internet was like so unpleased with my analyses. They're like, obviously the Audi's better.
No, I agree with you. I think
you
it
would.
does.
If you drove them both, you would. And again,
the M5 is great if you've never seen a Panamera in your life.
Yes.
The M5 is dope. If the Panamera is wiped, did you see the end of Begonia? If someone fucking goes bloop and fucking deletes the Panamera, the M5 is fucking sick.
Yeah.
But in a world,
yes.
where the Porsche Panamera is a thing.
I've said this since the Panamera came out. It's really annoying because it can't lose a comparison test. It can't lose.
I know.
There's no, even when the E63 was at its mightiest, I remember we did RS6, E63, and Panamera Turbo or Turbo S, whatever it was.
Oh my God, it must have been a joke.
Well, on a canyon road, honestly, the E63 and the Panamera hung. They were cool. But then my buddy of mine happened to, he rented out Streets of Willow, so we took him there, and it was like... The other two were on their door handles, and the Porsche was a Porsche. It was like, all right.
We got to keep. We have to keep an eye on my thing. Sorry.
Can I tell a story from chat really quick? That's very funny. You're talking about the Countach keys, thing. This is a key situation with one of our frequent commenters, exes. She brought an S10 Blazer to Best Buy. They installed her stereo in the wrong truck. And the lady whose Blazer got the stereo
so
installed
beautiful.
called and reported a stolen car to the police. But when the police showed up, it was in the parking lot in a different spot after this new stereo was installed. So this one went in and said, "I want."
So someone dropped off their car to get a stereo.
Dropped off a Chevy S10. Handed the key to Best Buy. Said the car is out there. They walked outside. They got in a different truck, started it. Pulled it in, parked it, installed the stereo, parked it back outside.
This is why...
Absolute
This
magic.
is why, and again, I'm an old fucker. I'm old. I know I'm old. But this is why I'm talking to 20-year-olds, and they're telling me how shitty modern cars are, and cars used to be so much better. I'm like... You're so high.
Well, look,
I drove an S10, you asshole.
No, look, you're right, and also there's a tipping point, and actually this leads us to Koji here has a question.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been seeing the 2000 to 2010 era of cars being described as the driver's era, or the last great era of analog cars before everything went fully digital. But still had enough performance to keep up with modern machinery. Where do you stand on that? I kind of agree.
I totally disagree.
You do?
Yeah, look, here's what I was saying. You go back to the 60s, right? All the cars sucked to drive except for 911s and maybe the occasional E-Type. There was nothing good. You go before the 60s.
The good one again?
Yeah.
One more whack of the good one.
That would be this one.
Yeah, okay.
You go back before the 60s, no car except for the Gullwing drove good. Cars were all terrible.
It's true.
Yeah.
In the 50s, the Gullwing was the only good driving car that existed.
It was.
It's actually... No, the 356. 356.
Look,
356.
Lancia B20 Aurelia was good.
But it's a very small number of cars.
It's a handful. Yeah. So, cars always actually sucked, and they actually are just getting better and better to drive. So I can't agree with that. Were there great cars from the 2000 to 2010 era? Absolutely. Were there great cars from 2010 to 2020?
Yeah.
Double absolutely. In fact, I seem to remember the 997 GT3 RS 4.0 was a 2011 model, and motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I mean, I'm going to call technicality flag on that play. That's the final edition of a car that was fundamentally before.
I remember the 2019 Porsche Speedster being the greatest 911.
No, they're fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know what I mean.
I don't think you can. I agree with Johnny because in that era of 2000 to 2010, you had bad paddle shifted transmissions. Then the next decade, you had good ones. E-Pass started getting really good toward the end of 2018, 1920, but it was pretty bad.
2011, 911.
Right.
A Carrera S from 2011. That steering was trasherific. But by 2019, the end of the 991, fucking great.
But also, if you want to drive stick, and yes, Porsche carrying it on. Aston Martin makes some attempts here and there.
Yeah.
Other
Subaru, 2-stick model. Toyota,
right?
Many sticks.
But I mean, look, there are a ton of amazing cars in the 2000s that are manual and are. It's not necessarily enough performance to keep up with modern machinery. It's enough reliability,
and they're not going to keep up.
They're not a pain in the ass. It's like the air conditioning will work. They'll still feel pretty quick. It's like those cars are getting into classic the classic vibes. And when a car gets into classic vibes, you're driving it at 8/10. You're not comparing it to its peers anymore. It's a classic mindset. And so a 360 with a stick, or a Gallardo with a stick, or an R8 with a stick, or one of those Astons, like it's a neo-classic. And so you're now moving it to, I'm driving this thing at 8/10. I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking for engaging with machinery. And for that, like, I sort of do agree with this sentiment. Like, most people can't afford a brand new 911.
Especially these days.
Jesus Christ. But I kind of do, like, across the board, like, every exotic manufacturer and every sports car manufacturer was selling a manual transmission car, you know, for in that window, you know.
Very few.
And you have switches. There's a GPS screen, but you've got key fobs. It didn't work very well, but you've got key fobs. You've got switches for stuff.
The counter I'll say to that is, I got to drive a 2009 gated V10 manual R8 versus a modern current second generation R8.
How was that?
Oh, the second gen was like 30 years better. It was just not like, I like a gated shifter. And here's the thing. I bought a manual recently. All these little fucks on the internet, they're like, oh, manual. Well, I have a long commute, so I had to get an automatic. Like, last car I bought was a manual, so I like manuals. The dual clutch, everything, every single way a car can be better. The second gen R8 was better than the gated manual V10. Damping, steering feel, ride quality, every power, every single metric there is. And I was just like, wow, there's only, 10 years or whatever, maybe 12 years between these cars. One feels like a time capsule. And was, you keep saying 8/10, like maybe 7/10. And the other one, you could pound the shit out of it. And
well, I think actually, time capsule is a good word, because one of the things I like about manual transmission cars is they are like a time capsule. They're frozen in that. They're not dependent on the latest technology or anything like that. Like, that's one of the things I like about them. But it's just a mindset is different, you know?
It is.
I'm sorry I'm looking at my phone. We've ordered food because we're having dinner after the show.
Yeah,
Are we? I think we're too drunk to eat.
And
is that a thing? No, I've never had experience.
But I'm gonna eat whatever we eat, and then blow through my diet and be like, ooh, there's a Chick-fil-A. I can get like something horrible to eat.
Well, we have good food coming, but not for a minute. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I just don't want to leave somebody standing because the shop is now closed and I don't have people.
Just tell me I'll go.
Here you go. I think if you want a nice analog, a car that a car from 2000, like my NSX, great example. Yeah. My NSX is new enough that shit works. It starts every time you turn the key.
Your NSX was so...
It was great. It was great. And the air conditioning was great. The radio was fine. Like, you could use it as a car.
Yes.
But certain things about it, the steering ratio, the brake feel, felt really old. And, like, that's okay, because that was a vibe I was going for. It was like it's okay. If you get a 2011 stick shift R8, certain things are going to feel really old.
Yeah.
But it's going to be modern enough that you're not going to have to worry about other things that might be annoying.
The solution is, if you get a first gen R8 manual, don't drive the second gen.
Well, that's the other thing. Are you doing a comparison test or not?
It was just, I'm going to say my buddy Misha had, he got rid of it, but he had a gated manual, and I happened to have the last R8 press car in California. And I'm like, let's go drive them. And it was, he was trying to, my car. And I'm like, oh, everything's better on the new one, So.
Yeah. Ralph Lauren's backwards 30-mile fence. It's only about 5 miles, but yeah. Good one. Looking for a 50K daily driver. I've narrowed it down to the GR Corolla and the Civic Type R. I live in Palos Verdes. That's in LA.
Can't go wrong.
And I'm mainly running around town. So outside in the parking lot, I am driving the Integra Type S.
Yes, I have it booked in a couple of weeks.
What a fabulous automobile! This is a fabulous automobile.
So Acura has no ability to market, but they took the Civic Type R, which is really good, and they sprinkled $5,000 into key areas, and that $5,000
Seat comfort, stereo.
Yeah.
And the ride is like it rides like the last gen Civic Type R, which was great.
The ride, the looks, the hatchback, the seats, the stereo.
Yeah,
This is
I agree with you.
the one we're driving is the new Silver.
Yeah,
It's $54,000.
I'm getting this car in like a month or two. Yeah,
This car is so fucking great. If I wanted a car, like I'm obligated to buy stupid things for the lulz.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But if I just wanted a car and I was an enthusiast, holy shit, does this fucking slam dunk this thing.
So to answer this guy's question, those are my two choices.
The Corolla is also great. No hate on the Corolla.
Those are my two choices. Was at the time the Acura didn't exist, so it was GR Corolla or the Civic, and I preferred the GR Corolla. Had I waited a few months, I probably would have gotten the Acura, honestly.
For a daily in LA, I'd rather have the Acura.
Yeah.
The Corolla has a few things going for it. The steering is so sharp.
Steering's better.
The all-wheel drive, you can kind of huck.
It's all that. And again, I've had so much. You can tune both. I've had so much fun. You
Smaller footprint.
You got to drive my car. You really got to.
I should have a go in your
really
car.
got to drive my car. We got to. Let's do a thing. I'll drive your Porsche. You drive my car. And we'll do tuned.
Do you want to take advantage of my racetrack membership?
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. But anyways,
It's a tax deduction.
Everything's a tax deduction, Matt. When you're an S corp.
LLC life. Let's fucking go.
But you can't. Here's the point, though. You can't go wrong. Now he's saying you can get the Corolla at MSRP, and you're paying. Don't pay ADM. Just it's not worth it for the Civic.
Listen, I think you can get an Integra Type S for sticker. I wouldn't pay ADM for a Type R if I can get an Integra for sticker.
Take the 5K ADM,
put it in the
just
Integra.
get the Acura.
Yeah,
and it's. Yeah, and here's the crazy part. The car you have is a 2025. There's improvements on the 26, and they were like...
I don't think it is.
No, they're... I guarantee, because they were like, do you want to wait? And I'm like, what are the changes?
400 miles on it. It's brand new. It's a 25?
Yeah.
Really?
And they were like, it was one of those things where they were like, are you sure you don't want to wait for the 26? And I was like, well, they told me the changes, and it's just... whatever.
It's just stuff.
It's nothing performance-wise. It's all interior.
All right, whatever.
And I was like, no, that's cool.
I love this car.
It's great.
I did a road, I did the scouting trip for the Road and Track Desert 600, which is coming in April. Come drive with me. It's going to be fun. 1,500 miles. Beautiful drive. It was great. And
Give me your phone and unlock it.
And I did I drove an E-Ray.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, here you go. Sorry. Which is fine. An E-Ray is a very nice car.
I haven't driven it, but I hear good things.
It's interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting car. It's not for me, but it's an interesting car. But man, I was driving this Type S around. I was like, oh, this is the car. The ergonomics are like ace.
Oh my God,
really good.
That interior, that Civic interior
is great.
It's shockingly again. That to me, that Civic interior is sportier than the new Ferrari interior.
Some of that stuff, those vents.
The vents are amazing.
The vents are almost pretty similar to the Zinger vents.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, wait, did you had a go in the 21C since I last saw you?
Yeah,
you drove the silver car?
I drove it for 500 miles.
Oh, you drove it on a rally.
A rally. It was interesting.
That car is cool as shit.
It's amazing.
I really am very interested in what those guys are doing.
It's a tragedy. Not tragedy. That's the wrong word. I don't know what. I'm drunk. I wrote my review, and I kind of reviewed it like a normal car. And what I should have been was like, holy fucking shit. This startup company, they've never built an engine before.
Yeah.
And they built that engine.
So I didn't do that. So my angle for my review, which was for the print book, was that the car is actually a side hustle. The factory. The car. They built the most interesting car, perhaps of this decade, as a side hustle, for their factory.
It's incidental. They don't need to be doing it. One of them kind of likes cars a little bit.
That's so.
You got the tour where you saw the alien bones being built.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I'm
gonna have a go. The silver car that you and I both drove that made all the rounds is the low drag, which looks cool.
Top speed car.
Looks cool. Yeah. It's fine. But I really want to drive the wing car.
So here's, you say this all the time, and I've never really agreed with you, but you're always like, they just sell that to people? Mm-hmm. This is the first time I drove a car where, like, literally the second I got to full throttle, I had to brake. Didn't matter where I was.
Yeah.
Nothing moves like that.
Yeah, it's very different.
Even the F80, which was terrific, right? And it's also 1,250 it's 1,234 horsepower,
Sure.
and the Zinger is 1,250.
Yeah.
But most of that's from the engine on the Ferrari. The Zinger gets 500 horsepower to the
From
front
the motors.
wheels.
Yeah.
So the acceleration, and it's light. It's light. Like, it's got to be less than everything else because it's just, there's nothing. It's all that, creative 3D printed bird bone hollow evolutionary bullshit.
The H.R. Geiger goodness. Yeah.
And so, like, the rapidity of that, like, it's the power plus the light plus the electric part. Like a Plaid is very
It's like
quick.
a warp speed Mr. Sulu kind of tunnel vision thing that happens that is extremely unique.
So a Plaid, a Tesla Plaid is 1,020 horsepower, weighs 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
This is 1,250, and they're saying like 3,600, and they don't, like, they're not Italian. They're not going to start lying, like, as their first gambit. So it's probably actually 3,600 pounds.
Probably honest, yeah.
So I don't know where you can drive. I don't know. Like, I love the car. I love the accomplishment. I don't know where to drive it. Like,
No, you're totally right. Where do you drive it? What I love about it is that even at very low speeds, you're
it's
going,
cool.
well, this is a totally different thing.
the view is rad.
I don't need to go a zillion miles an hour to be experiencing something unique here.
Absolutely, and so because I did 500 miles, most of it was just like freeways and like shitty. We were on this rally and the roads were terrible.
And how comfy is it once you're sitting in it?
Weirdly
crazy
Although,
comfy.
did you go in the back seat?
Which car are you talking
Zach did. The
The Zinger.
Yeah, Zach did, and it wasn't good.
So
Terrible.
So the back seat.
It's a two-seater for insurance.
Yeah. So the back seat. Here's what my little take on it. I have exceptionally large calves, and I wear a size 13.
That's no good.
And so the 13 sucks, but the calf, my calf was wedged between a carbon tub and a carbon seat. And we're going around Laguna Seca because I got to drive the car everywhere, except they're like, whatever, our corporate policy is you can't drive the non-wing car on a racetrack. You have to go in the back seat.
That absolutely makes sense to me.
I mean, I'm not going to, anyways. But, so sitting back there was painful, didn't like it. However, I love the view out from the back because it's just, you have glass like right next to your ears on both sides.
That's like a personal train.
Yeah,
I mean, that's cool.
personal train.
Personal train, but in front of you, you see a seat.
I was just staring out the window, and I've done thousands of laps around Laguna Seca, and it was just such a cool way to experience it.
Yeah, it must have been.
And also, the dude was they put a race car driver.
Was it Joel? Joel Miller?
No, the Jewish kid. I forget his name. Anyways, but it was funny because he was tall but thin, so he's like, "Oh, it's great back here. I love it." I'm like, "All right, whatever." And then he could drive, and he flung this thing around Laguna, and again, he's like, "I think we're going like 6/10, and like you obviously this is why it keeps setting the lap record."
6/10 in this car is like what Randy's doing in a Senna.
Yeah. No. I mean,
he did a 22.
Yeah, well, they set the record, and then the Yesco, whatever, Song of Solomon or whatever the fuck it's called,
Beaten by like a couple
and then they come back and beat it.
But they beat it by more.
Song of Solomon.
What was it called? It was like
Sedair's Spear.
Whatever that is. Yeah. I'm going to start naming cars. But, no, I love the Zinger. And again, that's their first car?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Nuts,
yeah, it's crazy.
Nuts.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
It's a wild thing.
And I have a lot of Southern California pride. Hell yeah. Sorry.
How crazy is it that Zinger
they share a wall.
and Singer
share
a wall? Like, the amount of value being generated in this one split building.
But also,
for very few people, though.
Yeah,
but also,
yeah.
what I find really weird is the Singer with an S entrance is kind of nice. The Zinger entrance is like a homeless encampment.
Yeah, I know. And it's like walking into a printer factory. It's weird. Yeah. But it's like it's hard to appreciate amazing engineering and the hard work that these guys put into stuff, and whether it's Singer or Zinger, you know what I mean? those are things made by humans, like really talented people, like building things, and it's really like I talk a lot of shit about the fact that like, you know, income inequality is like fucking up cars, and the billionaires have more choices than ever, and regular people have less choices than ever.
Yeah.
And so that's like a really conflicting thing for me in my mind between like appreciating this thing that I got to like taste and is like incredible, but that very few people will ever get to taste.
So,
and like that's a hard.
This
like,
is
how do we reconcile?
This is the hard part about life. This is why life is hard. Like, I'll never forget. I was sitting with Sebastian Vettel, and we're at his last year racing. We're at the Miami Grand Prix, and a bunch of journalists going to talk to him, and he's like, you know, this track will be underwater soon because of global warming. And so immediately every single journalist was like, you race cars that fly on airplanes, and and he's like, yeah, I'm a hypocrite. Okay, get past that. What are we going to do about the fact that we're destroying our only habitat? What are we actually going to, you know? And like, I bought my GR Corolla because I love it, but it also burns gas. And like, dude, like, I watched the Super Bowl with this New Zealand guy, Jeff, but they pronounce it Jiff, and he works for some agency that he goes around and monitors deforestation. That's his job. And I'm like, how bad is it?
Must be uplifting.
I go, how bad is it? And he looks at me, he goes, just enjoy your life. Like, just enjoy what time you have left. And I go, that bad. And I go, what about my kid? He goes, America, you're lucky you have a lot of land, you can grow food. The rest of the world, not so lucky.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, what? This is a scientist.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, learning to live with hypocrisy, because like, fuck yeah, I want to drive a Zinger. But also like, you're right, income inequality, and also like the environmental costs of like, everybody's like, boy, re-electing Trump was fucking stupid from like, why do we pull out of the Paris Climate Accords? Morons. Like, why aren't all RAV4s electric? Like, you know, like,
it's crazy. Like, it is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, and look, maybe that makes me naive, whatever. Born in 1981, born under Reagan, Clinton, Bush, you know, Obama. Yes, Republican, Democrat, it goes back and forth, but I never, ever would have thought that we'd go backwards on environmental policy.
Never.
Like that was like,
not
that's
the
like
US.
Truly shocking to me to go backwards. Like, dial it back? Sure. The California, the 2030 thing, that was kind of untenable.
Yeah, 2035, maybe 2040.
Sure. Untenable, dial it back.
Yeah.
But the idea of like, reverting
like full-throated selling public national parks.
I can't believe that's happening. Look, and as someone who loves cars, I love racing,
I love cars,
I love driving. Like, it's very difficult to not be a hypocrite.
It is. It's impossible.
And it's the same, like you were saying before, with AI and YouTube. Like, bite the hand that feeds you. Like, YouTube enabled us to be here. These systems enabled us to be here. But like, they turned, like they opened the door.
There was no evil, and they got rid of it.
And like they turned, and maybe we were naive then, and maybe we were not appreciative, or whatever it was. I just like, we're not martyrs. We're just people. We're trying to make it.
We're not saints. We're not going for
running
sainthood.
Small businesses. We have jobs that a lot of people envy because we get to do cool shit. But like, those jobs are like very threatened by
they're basically
garbage,
gone.
You know, by short form, by algorithmic, by AI, by all this shit, and we trained that. I've been making videos for 20 years. Like, I trained that.
I know.
Well, you didn't on purpose. It's scraping.
But so it's like, you know, where is our value in that? So you know, it's tough.
It's I don't even know what the question was.
I don't either. But I just it's hard to be an enthusiast.
What is your favorite hatchback?
GR Corolla.
It's hard to be an enthusiast of these cool things
and have a
appreciate what engineers are doing.
Yeah.
And appreciate that people are making things. And then also, you know,
I have friends that, like, you know, they just literally don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, God, that must be like easy at night.
Oh, so nice.
Like,
so nice.
You know what I mean? But like, I mean, again, maybe don't do it. But if you look at what climate scientists are saying, like, we're so far past the point. Like 99% of all things like species that existed on Earth are gone.
We're ripping it, dude. We're a fucking Hellcat demon running the corner right now.
But you know what I mean? Like
ripping.
There's no reason for us to be alive, and we actually have. And that's to go back to this New Zealander dude, Kiwi dude. He was like, the thing is, he's like, if you get Trump out of there and get like a reasonable administration there. He's like, America is the only country that actually has the power and the strength to make changes that could actually help. You actually could. And I was like, fuck.
It seemed like.
Yeah, and by the way, this guy, just for the record, for anyone listening, super pro-America. This is a New Zealander who we watched the Super Bowl, and he's super into football. And
he was hard the whole time.
GF
had a tree for that.
It seemed like for a while we were maybe heading there.
We were.
It seemed like we were heading there.
I mean, the Biden infrastructure stuff and all the public charging and all, it was going in the right direction, and like.
I'm sticking with it. I like my electric car. I'm sticking with my electric car.
Sure. It's just getting rid of the $7,500 tax credit doesn't affect guys like me and you, but people that want to buy cheap electric cars.
I think it's a huge thing. We need to have that back. Getting rid of it was a problem. Because I've had two electric cars. I don't qualify for the tax credit on either of them, and it was still worthwhile.
I snuck it in on the Rivian, but here's the thing: what no one remembers, like oil. The oil industry is so subsidized. Like, there's not a $7,500 credit, but like your gasoline, like oil companies don't pay taxes on their first 27% of profit. Like it's insane. Imagine like if you could get that.
That would be sweet.
Yeah,
that would be fucking sweet.
And that was George Bush Sr. and James Baker, by the way.
I'm at that. I don't complain about it, and I'm happy to pay my taxes. I don't complain. I feel like my taxes buy me civilization.
I had 1 year that was like fuck.
Well, I'm at that peak taxes where I don't have enough.
Where
I don't make enough to start scamming. But I'm in the top bracket.
Yes.
It's okay though. It doesn't bother me. Are you coming? I want to wrap this show up. It's been a long show. It's been a good show. Yeah, it's heavy bike. We're whiskeying. We got barbecue waiting for us. I want to fucking get to that. You're going to be at the ice race or no?
No, I'm going to be at Moda. I'm going to be at Moda, Miami.
You're slanging these fucking whips. I
actually, no, nothing to do. Unrelated. I can't really justify like the column I would write for Motor Trend or whoever about the ice race.
I understand.
Doesn't justify me going. I'm working for them in Miami, so that justifies it. Yeah.
Zach and I are ice racing.
Nice. I wanted to go.
Yeah. I'm writing a column for Road and Track, and also they've done some of the upgrades on the Manx. They did half of them. They did the valves. So the valves are not the intake and exhaust valves; it's the decompression valve for the starting thing. We have an upgraded valve system.
Are you taking that to ice race?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! I hope it's not. Have you ever driven like a convertible in like really cold weather? Like minus?
It'll be fine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How bad could it be?
Same as snowboarding. Going slower.
It's going slower than skiing. How bad could it be?
Can I tell a little anecdote?
Yeah, sure. What?
Years ago, me and Justin Bell were in Aryaplag doing the AMG Winter Driving Academy, and they had a whatever it was, SLK, SLC convertible, and we were like, "Oh, can we put the top down? It would look cool on video." And the lady's like, "No, it's not allowed. It's dangerous. It's you lose control in snow." And she's like, if people see you doing that, then they'll want to do that. And no. And I'm like, well, what if we send the video like, if you've won Le Mans 24 hours, you can put the top down. But if you haven't, you have to keep the top up. And she was like, no, you've already broken every fucking rule. Blah, blah. But anyway, so we kept the top up. We're like, let's put the windows down as we're like sideways drifting. It was minus 25. I don't know if it would be that cold.
I don't think it would be anywhere
near
that cold.
Right now, the low is 18.
Yeah, it won't be nowhere near that cold.
Dude, we put the window up in like 2 seconds. We thought we were like outsmarting her and sticking our arms out the window. Like, it was so fucking cold.
Well, hang on. So, first off,
and we're going drifting speed.
I'm probably going to be going slower than I would go if I was skiing. I'm also going to be wearing a full ski outfit.
Okay.
Plus a helmet. Full face helmet.
Oh, full face helmet helps.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Helmet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I think I'll be okay.
I take it all back. Yeah,
we got spiked tires. We got full spikes going.
That's gonna be so fun.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
That's gonna be
it's
so
gonna be
fun.
amazing.
That's
If you're
gonna be so
if you
fun.
can get to the ice race, come to ice race.
Yeah.
You and I are we're both gonna be maybe at the Heritage Invitational.
Yes.
Zach and I are confirmed.
North Carolina. I'm confirmed. I'm as confirmed as you are.
So Zach and I are confirmed. It's going to be April
8th, 9th, 10th?
April 10th is going to be the live podcast. It's going to be at the Heritage Invitational at the 1010th Motor Club outside of Charlotte. Tickets are available to the public. You buy a ticket for Friday. It's good for all day, including the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's a whole day ticket. It's very affordable. There's going to be a bunch of cool shit going on. And Zach and I are doing a live show. Couple hundred people. It's going to be fucking awesome.
I'll
It's going to be
track
great
down
fun.
some moonshine and bring it to the show.
It's going to be fabulous. So if you're in North Carolina and you want to come out to that, it's going to be in April. I don't have anything else to promote right now. Do I? I don't think I do. Right? Go to bidbetter.ai. We don't hate it. We don't hate bidbetter.ai. It's okay. We want Johnny to succeed. And if you want to learn easily a whole bunch of shit about a car you're bidding on, this is an easy way to learn a whole bunch of shit
Thank
about
you.
the car you're bidding
That's
on.
It's
what
the
we're
better
saying.
AI
How about
that helps
that?
you bid.
AI for good? Or, you know.
No. You don't have that. You don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get that. Thanks for bribing with liquor, Johnny.
That
This is
was
very
some
good.
good liquor.
Very good
I gotta
liquor.
pat myself on the back
Yeah.
for this idea, right?
Yeah, we
This
got
is-
some foods in the other room, but this is some quality liquor. Our patrons are aces. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of your questions today, but you know how it is. This was going to be a chatty show. We weren't going to get to that many questions. I know you guys didn't know no different. And we appreciate all of you. We're going to see you guys next week, and good motherfucking evening.